And welcome to Longenecker Field on the campus of Amory High School. Tonight's key Region 2-3A contest between the Houston Hilltoppers and the Amory Panthers. A game that will go a long way in deciding playoff implications and will be a measure or a barometer, so to speak, to see exactly what's going to happen and what's going to transpire here over the next 2 to 3 weeks as far as this high school campaign is concerned. Being joined by Jeff and Ken. Good to work with you two guys again tonight. Hadn't had an opportunity to do so in a couple weeks. Me and Ken, I think Jeff and myself and Patrick actually had an opportunity to work together a couple weeks ago in the rain. It was unbelievably fun, Ken. And excuse me, Jeff, it was fun, but it was not that fun at Houston. But still, nonetheless, have an opportunity tonight to see two pretty good football teams in a football game that will go a long way in deciding what's going to happen over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Amory will come into the football game, I think, with one loss in the division. Their loss was against Fulton. They lost to Fulton probably 2 weeks ago, I think, the same night that Houston and Nettleton played in the atrocious weather that was played at Houston. And, of course, they lost their football game against the Fulton Indians. The Fulton Indians right now are in first place in the division with no losses. I think they're 6-1 overall, and still, so to speak, are a good football team. Houston comes into this contest limping off a tough loss last Friday night at home against the West Point Green Wave in a football game that the Houston Hilltoppers really had firm control of, led 14-7, was somewhere in the neighborhood of around probably 3 minutes ago in the contest. Turned the football over on downs. I think actually they punted the football to West Point. West Point got it somewhere around midfield. I can't remember exactly where they got the football, but completed a couple of big plays, and a big play was somewhere in the neighborhood of a 40-plus yard touchdown reception on a little crossing route, or actually a post route that the big receiver, as Coach Funk talked about last week, young man, big physical receiver from West Point, got in the secondary, got open, scored the touchdown, tied the game. Less than a minute and a half or so to go in the game. Houston elected not to try to run the clock out, and of course they tried to get the football and try to get the football down the field. Were unsuccessful in doing so and had to punt the football, and was somewhere in the neighborhood of around 40 seconds to go in the football game, punted the football, and the young man from West Point took the football the distance and actually won the football game for them. A very heartbreaking, tough loss for Coach Funk and his staff. But yet, nonetheless, some very big positives in the game last week, as Harold, the quarterback, really played probably his best football game, according to Coach Funk, maybe all season long, and really put some things together nicely down the stretch of the football game. Played awfully well. Houston, one of the youngest football teams in this division. There's no question, maybe the youngest team in this division, with some 30 underclassmen, 39th and 10th graders. I think that's what I heard Mr. Mathis say the other night on the radio on the Mississippi Call-In show. Still played awfully well, and had an opportunity to win that football game. They come in this game with only one divisional loss, or one regional loss. That loss, of course, being to Fulton a couple weeks ago in a game that actually was much closer than the final score indicated. My brother not able to do this game with me tonight because some unfortunate circumstances that happened last week, or actually during the week this week, but me and him both talked about it and called it last Friday night. In this division, or this region, this is going to be showdown Friday night, with Pontotoc being at home and hosting the Fulton Indians, and of course this football game being played here tonight. We all anticipate these should be your four playoff teams, but still there's some games that have to be decided. Pontotoc has to beat Nettleton. I think Houston has to beat maybe Caledonia next week. If they do so, that will definitely transpire and will set up a great football game in the season between Pontotoc and Houston, that game being played in Pontotoc. But tonight, the keys to this contest will probably be for Houston. I had an opportunity to see this Amory team play. They're a football team that likes to run the option with Crump. They've had a quarterback, Shields, their quarterback they had first of the year, had a very tough injury. They haven't had him since the first of the season. They like to run the option. They have a left-handed quarterback. His name, I think, is Tony Crump. We saw them play some 4 or 5 weeks ago here against Pontotoc. He likes to run the option, does a good job of running the option. And they're not going to do anything, a lot of kind of a no-frills type of offensive attack. That they really fly around the football defensively. They're a very good football team defensively. They're very disciplined. Of course, Coach Pat Bird and his staff have an excellent program and have had for a long time. But we're just a few moments away from kickoff. Looking forward to what should be an outstanding contest between two good Region 3A football teams. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Longenecker Field on the campus of Amory High School for tonight's key Region 2-3A contest between the Houston Hilltoppers, the Toppers playing against here the homestanding Amory Panthers. Paul Blancett, Jeff Edwards, along with Ken Johnson here tonight on the campus of Amory High School. Ken, looking forward to a good football game between two good football teams.
Should have been an exciting match between two division foes.
It really should be, and not only that, of course, it's a beautiful night for football, probably the best night for football that we've had in a long time. 2 weeks ago, it was absolutely horrendous, rain, and more rain. Last weekend, it rained on Saturday very badly for the college games, but the Friday night games weren't too bad. But tonight, it's absolutely perfect football. There's not a cloud in the sky. If it rains, I'm going to blame it on you, Jeff. But quite frankly, it's a beautiful, beautiful night and awfully wonderful temperatures. Probably somewhere in the neighborhood, maybe in the low 60s, high 50s, maybe in the mid 60s. But it's absolutely gorgeous. Maybe everyone needed maybe a sweater, maybe needing a light jacket. But it's also absolutely beautiful weather, Ken.
It really is.
And, of course, the last time the Houston Hilltoppers came to Longenecker Field on the campus of Amory High School, they came away victors 2 years ago. In a very bizarre turn of events, the Hilltoppers won here against the Amory Panthers here, and of course, at the time was a very big divisional win. Of course, 2 weeks later or a couple weeks later, they lost to Shannon in the playoffs. All three teams, Shannon, Amory, and of course the Houston Hilltoppers, all three were tied, and Houston lost out on a tough tiebreaker situation. Coach Spunk and his staff, I know, very much remember that painful season. They ended the year, I believe, 9-1, 10-1, and still weren't able to make the playoffs, and probably the best team that didn't make it. And we see the fireworks display over here on the side. I don't know if Jeff's able to get that for us. That might be something that we'll have for our show the rest of the year as we do our Bill Morgan puts together our season-ending football team as the Amory Panthers come out on the field, and fireworks, a beautiful display of fireworks, and also a great atmosphere here for high school football. The Amory Panthers, one of the premier high school football programs in the entire state of Mississippi, not only in the northeastern part of the state. Coach Pat Bird and his football team only having one divisional loss on the year, a regional loss on the year. That, of course, to Fulton a couple weeks ago here at home. Coach Funk and his staff bring their football team out on the field, and we're awaiting kickoff. It shouldn't be very, very much longer. As we talked about a couple minutes ago, some big games being played tonight in the area. If I'm not mistaken, I believe South Panola and Tupelo, if I'm not mistaken, are playing tonight in Batesville in what would be one of the premier contests in all of North Mississippi. I think Smithville and maybe one of the Calhoun County schools maybe are playing as well. So some good football games that are going to be played. And then, of course, we talked about it a couple of minutes ago. This is indeed what we call Showdown Friday night, which means a lot's going to be decided. And the fates of these four football teams that we think will be the four teams that should represent this division right here, this region, in the playoffs. It will be decided really what order they'll probably, or what could be the order. If Houston were to win this football game tonight, Houston would put themselves in very, very good position to actually finish in the top two in the division, or actually the top two in the region, would they win against possibly Pontotoc in the last game of the season. If Amory can win this football game, there's no question that Amory and Fulton would be the top two teams, provided that Fulton won their football game tonight against Pontotoc on the road in Pontotoc, in a game which I'm sure they are a slight favorite, but in a game that should go or could go either way between two very, very fine football teams. We're just about ready for football action here as the Amory Panthers, it looks like that is Christopher McCrory. McCrory is the young man that should tee the football up. Actually, I think that is Ronaldo Pruitt. Pruitt will be the young man that will be the one that will tee the football up around the 40-yard line. Of course, that's where they'll kick off from. Chris Brand will be the young man that's deep, and he will be flanked, it looks like Stanfield. No, R.J. Patterson, and the ball will carry long and high and deep, and it will be fielded by Brand at the 3. Brand looking for running room, crosses the 15 to the 20, not down at the 21-yard line, actually just short of the 21-yard line, making the tackle on the bottom of the stack for the Amory Panthers that time. Looked like was 56 Brandon Smith, a 5'10", 165-pound senior linebacker. The Hilltoppers will set up shop, first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line on the first initial possession of the game, as Harrell will bring his football team up to the line of scrimmage somewhere around the 20-yard line, as Weaver will be his center, as he will get over his center somewhere around the 20-yard line, of course, as that they will set the wing back. I think that's Patterson as the wing back, as they'll give the football on a little dive play up to around the 24-yard line will be Griffin. Griffin finding running room up to around the 24. Pickup of 3, we'll call it somewhere around the neighborhood of 3, maybe 4 yards. Should bring up a second down and 6 yards to go here on the first initial drive of the contest. As the smoke clears, I tell you what, the fireworks brought some smoke. I don't know. Usually it's from the grills, but tonight I think it's from the smoke from the fireworks display. As we had a very interesting way to start the football game. As Griffin will be the fullback, as Harrell will call out signals. Weaver will be a center. Will give the football on a little dive play. Actually, will keep the ball in the option. Harrell trying to get outside. Will not find much, as he will maybe get back to around the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. No appreciable gain on the play, as they are indeed. They are plugging up the horn, guys, and we will not like that before long. If memory serves me right, that thing is going to, Ken, just cover your ears if Amory scores.
Okay.
It's loud. It is extremely loud. Third down, 3 yards to go. We'll call it somewhere around the 27-yard line. Possession play here for the Hilltoppers. Big play here on the first drive of the contest. 10.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Harrell will split a wide receiver. Actually, that will be Patterson out here as they'll run the toss sweep to the left. Patterson finding running room 30, 35, 10 in the clear, 40, 45, knocked down somewhere around the 45-yard line, 48-yard line into Amory territory, and a good job on the toss sweep. Got a really nice block up there. I'm not able to see exactly who that was. It may have been White that really did a good job of springing the young man in the secondary, and also maybe getting a nice kick-out block that time was Jerome Lyons. Jerome has just been all over the field as of late, particularly defensively from his linebacker position. A good kick-out block, enabling Patterson to get into Amory territory. First down, 10 yards to go from the Amory 49-yard line. As Chris Brand will check in the lineup, as they will go from the straight wishbone right here. Actually, they will break it, and Brand will dot the I, as they'll call signals from that point. Give the football off right tackle to Chris Brand. Brand will find the 45 to around the 44. Nice pickup on the play of somewhere in the neighborhood of around 5. Should bring up a second down. We'll call it a long 5, a short 6, as he ran the football off right tackle behind his big offensive lineman. That time like it was again White, and also Hartwig on that right side, as they did a pretty good job of opening up a nice little hole for him. Second down, 6 yards to go, as Patterson will check out of the game and Harrell will come back in. Harrell will call his signals, as he'll have Griffin as his fullback. Will send, looks like that will be Brand in the wing back position again. They run the counter option. Actually, nowhere to go for Harrell, as they just ran the pivot play on the little reverse pivot. Nothing was there, and he'll lose about 2 on the play. Making the play from the secondary that time for for Amory, it looked like John Cox, 5'11", 180 pounds, senior linebacker, who just stayed at home and made a nice play on the little reverse pivot that time from Harrell. Third down, 7 yards to go. Possession play here for the Toppers. 9 minutes to go here in the first half, in the first quarter on the first initial drive of the game. The Hilltoppers have actually moved the football pretty well. Jason Walker will bring the play in the game, as checking out for the Hilltoppers will be Davis, if I'm not mistaken, as they'll spin Brand again in the wingback position, as they'll run again the reverse pivot, throw the little play. Oh, had the receiver wide open. He drops the football. That was Jason Walker, the young man that just checked in the football game, and man, he had him really open that time, which should have probably been first down country after he would have probably received the football somewhere around the 42. The first down marker would have been around the 39. Should have had first down yardage easily, but nonetheless, unable to haul in the football. Will bring up a fourth down in a punting situation for the Toppers, as Harrell will stay in the football game and will punt the football, as he'll be back somewhere around his own 43-yard line. The pass back from center is good, as Harrell will step into it at that time. Pretty good kick, as it will bounce somewhere around the 30-yard line and will be down somewhere inside the 15, somewhere around the 12-yard line. There's a late flag as well. We'll check it, and we'll see what the call is. Ken, you have something for us real quickly?
Oh, just for the opening possession, Houston was able to keep the ball for 6 plays. They moved the ball 34 yards before having to punt, and that was a good job there by having no return yards on that punt.
And that's the key with playing against Amory. We saw them play probably some 4 or 5 weeks ago as we have some type of illegal block here on Amory, look like a chop block. It will be some type of a half a distance to the goal line type penalty, I'm sure. The line of scrimmage is somewhere around the 12-yard line, 11-yard line we'll call it. So they should be back inside their own 5, somewhere around the 4.5, 5-yard line on the half the distance to the goal type penalty. But that's something that's very important when you play against a football team that's disciplined on defense like Amory. They do a very good job of surrounding the football and attacking the football, and they do a good job of pursuing the football. So you have to be disciplined and just look for the big plays, because their coaching staff, I don't think, are going to do a whole lot of things that are going to be extravagant. Actually, we may have a automatic first down here.
That's what we got here. I saw the indication, and so it will be the second first down of the game for Houston, and Amory will not have that initial possession.
Well, Houston will pick up the first down the easy way via the penalty flag, and they'll have the football first down, 10 yards to go from the Amory 32-yard line. As Harrell will check back on the football field. We'll go real quickly some of the starters defensively for the Amory Panthers is Cody Watson, a senior linebacker, Brandon Smith, a senior linebacker. We'll get back on those in just a few minutes as Harrell will call signals. We'll run the football off right tackle with Antoine Harrell in big trouble. Will be surrounded and will be knocked down to the earth somewhere around the 37-yard line. That's that fast pursuing defensive line. Now, they're not real big. Amory, Coach Bird talked about that early in the year. They're not real big, but they really pursue the football with a lot of authority. L.J. Smith, a 6'tall", 245-pound senior defensive lineman, a young man that plays awfully well. Also, Zach Leach, not Zach Leach, but Cody Watson, a senior linebacker. They're led by those fine young players. Also, Marcus McIntosh, 5'11", 240-pound sophomore defensive lineman. Alex Smith, 6'1", 200-pound senior defensive lineman. Corey Watson, a 5'10", 170-pound junior defensive lineman. And Brian Jones, a junior linebackers. They'll run the football off left tackle. I think that's Griffin. Griffin won't find much, as he'll get maybe 2. He'll crack down somewhere around the 34-yard line. Should bring up a third down. We'll call it a long, third down and long, somewhere in the neighborhood of around 12 yards to go for the first down. Also, defensively in the secondary, they will go with Kyle Holloway and Marcus Rudd, and also Clarence Spratt in the defensive secondary. That will be your starting 11 defensively for the Amory Panthers. It will be third down long. We'll call it somewhere around the 34-yard line. Harrell will come over as center. We'll have Brand will be the wing back. We'll have Griffin, who will be the fullback. We'll fake the football, actually run the little waggle to the left. We'll look upfield, has his receiver open. Pass will be broken up. Actually, we're going to have a late flag, and we'll just have to check this one out and wait to see what the indication is from the official. But it looks like we're going to have some type of pass interference, and one that looked like it could have gone either way. Pretty good play, it looked like, defensively that time from the Amory defensive back, but we'll take it any way that we can get it, as indeed that will be the call. It will be first down, 10 yards to go for the Houston Hilltoppers. Again, Ken, they pick up their second penalty they pick up their second first down in the football game via the penalty route. Yes,
they really had a fortuitous turn of events here early. It's incumbent upon them to try to take advantage of it now.
Houston with another big break will have it first down, 10 yards to go from just inside their the Amory 19-yard line. We'll call it the 18, as Brand will check out of the football game and Patterson will check in. As Harrell will bring his football team up to the line of scrimmage. First down, 10 yards to go from, we'll call it the 19. Actually, they'll have, looks like Harrell dot the I now. Toss sweep to the right. Harrell looking for running room. Nice cutback. Nice spin move around the 15, somewhere around the 14, maybe 13-yard line. Nice job of running the football off right tackle and a little simple toss sweep that time by Harrell. We'll bring up a second down, and we'll call it 5. Nice 5-yard pickup that time from Harrell. Very interesting first 6 minutes or so here of the contest. Amory hasn't had the football yet. Amory hasn't had an opportunity to put their hands on the football. Houston has controlled it the entire first quarter. And, of course, in a very interesting turn of events, a couple first downs via the penalty route. Actually, even one time after punting the football, as Harrell will just ride his fullback, and actually keeping the football will be, I think, Griffin. And Griffin will find somewhere around the 10-yard line. Should bring up a third down and short, maybe 2-3 yards to go here for the first down. Third down and 2 from somewhere around the 11-yard line. Young man from Amory a little slow getting up. I think that is Their very fine linebacker, Alex Smith. He is up and he's fine. Yeah, man, we saw play a couple weeks ago, an awfully good athlete. Third down, very big play here, halfway through through the first quarter of play. 5:59 exactly to go. Houston has controlled the entire first half. Toss sweep to the right, Patterson in big trouble. Patterson will be knocked down around the 19, and that young man made the tackle again, Alex Smith. The young man that's a 6'1", 200-pound senior linebacker, and will bring up a fourth down and somewhere in the neighborhood of around 8-9 yards to go here for the first down. I'm sure that Houston will probably go for the field goal. 4th and 8, they will indeed probably try to the field goal. Here was somewhere in the neighborhood of around 5.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Checking into the football game will be the field goal kicker. That's Jared McCarver. McCarver will be waiting the hold from Brand. Brand somewhere around the 19. This should be, the 24. This will be a 34-yard attempt for McCarver. Snap back from Weaver is there. The placement's good. The kick is high enough, long enough. It's got a chance, but it's short. Field goal by McCarver is no good. So after 5 minutes, controlling the football for almost 7 minutes of the first quarter, the Houston Hilltoppers come away with no points. With 5 minutes and 4 seconds left to go here in the first quarter of play, Ken, Houston unable to draw first blood.
Well, that's true. They ran 11 plays on those, we'll say, 3 drives, and they only garnered 33 total yards, but we got first possession here by Amory.
Nonetheless, a pretty good drive offensively by Houston. They did move the football at times. As the young man will throw the football on the slant, pass is complete. That's Crump, the young man who took over in the Pontotoc game, actually had not played all season long. Really likes to run the option, does a pretty good job. Like we said earlier, he is a left-handed quarterback. Sometimes that can throw a high school defense off track, but still, nonetheless, nice pickup of around 10 on the play. First down, 10 yards to go for the Panthers at the somewhere around the 34-yard line. We'll have split backs in the backfield. We'll have twins to the right, have a split wide receiver split to the left. Young man looked like he was in motion quickly as Crump will keep the football on the option and absolutely cannot go anywhere. It looked like Hartwig along with Lines and among other friends were there to make the tackle, maybe also Eddie White. Good play that time defensively from the Houston Hilltoppers for a loss of around 2 on the play. Should bring up a second down and 12. Offensively, the Amory Panthers will start Crump at quarterback. They'll have Quentin Metters at the tailback position and also Cornelius Gillian at the fullback position. As Crump will look upfield and throw a slant again and complete. Again to the tight end, it looked like that time actually. Pass complete to Andre Garth. And Garth will actually, sophomore wide receiver, pretty good sized kid. 6'3", 185-pound sophomore wide receiver will have first down country somewhere around the 47-yard line on the quick slant again from Crump. As it looks like that Gillian will be the fullback. I'll have Griffin will kind of be in the wingback position. Send him in motion. Run. Looks like Gillian all the way up to somewhere around Houston, the Houston 48-yard line as they cross into Houston territory for the first time of the night. Pick up around 4 on the play. Should be a second down and somewhere in the neighborhood of around 6. Offensively, Zach Leach will be the center. Also, it looks like the senior tackle Clay Hines, as Crump will come over center somewhere around the 48-yard line. We'll call signals at that point. We'll send Gillian in motion. Actually, they'll run the option. Nice pitch. He has awfully nice running room down the left sideline. Somebody needs to make a tackle, and they do somewhere around the 22-yard line. As that was like Hartwig, somewhere around the 22-yard line, making the touchdown-saving tackle. If not, that young man was probably going to be in the land of milk and honey. Nice job of execution that time by the Amory Panthers as they run the counter option down the left side. And after faking the football to Gillian on the belly series, gave the football to Metters on the option pitch, kind of from a wingback position. Picked up nice yardage, somewhere in the neighborhood around 23 yards and a first down carry. As he'll have Pack will be split wide to the right. Again, we'll have Garth here's in the slot to the right as he'll call signals again, running the same play off left tackle. Nice play in the hole that time. It like young man making initial penetration for the for the Hilltoppers was Josh Moore. Josh Moore making good penetration, knocking the ball carrier down. I believe that was Gillian. Somewhere around the neighborhood of the 24-yard line. Pickup of around 2. We'll call it second down and 8. About 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play, as Leach will come over the football, the center somewhere around the 24-yard line. They'll have Yo split wide to the right. Again, they will have Lindsey Patterson, who will be in the slot to the right. Will look upfield and throw the slant, actually a little out pattern here to the wide receiver, Yo. And Yo will have the football and should have first down country again. Actually, he'll be short of the first down, as he'll be somewhere around the 16-yard line. So it'll bring up a third down. We'll call it somewhere in the neighborhood of around 2.5, maybe 3 yards to go for the first down on just a little quick out pattern here to Yo on the right sideline. Crump seems to be gaining confidence as the season gets longer. Really has came into his own the last couple weeks. Will Pate will be the freshman tight end who will be in the slot. Yo will be in the slot actually to the right. They'll again run the option to the right on the belly series. Nice push from the offensive line from Amory, and they should have first down country as they'll cross down to around the 12-yard line. And Ken, very authoritatively, you have to give the Amory Panthers a lot of credit. They've moved the football very crisply here on their first drive.
Hey, they really have. They've already moved it 63 yards in only 7 plays.
There's a meeting among the board of directors on the field. I don't know exactly. There may be a young man from Amory that maybe has an injury, maybe blood or something. I know sometimes if you've got blood on you, they'll make you get out of the football game to get that off of you. I believe that is Eddie White, the young man that's having to leave the football field. I bet you that's the situation right there, Ken. He probably has some blood or something on him. Of course, that's a rule that they have in now. Of course, I think that's McManus is a young man that will check in for him. I believe that's McManus. Yes, Travis McManus will be in as they will split wide receivers again. That's Pack split wide to the right. Excuse me, Yo wide to the right. That'll be also in the slot will be Pate. They'll run the football off tackle. Not much, as he'll get down to somewhere around the 10-yard line. I believe that, again, was Gillian. Gillian will pick up around 2, maybe 3 on the play. So bring up a 2nd down and 7 on the play. A minute and a half to go here before the end of the first quarter. Amory nothing, Houston nothing. Amory threatening.
That's the 3rd carry on the night for Gillian. He has 11 yards. Metters has 2 for 26 yards.
Garf will be wide to the left. They'll have, again, Pack in the right, actually, here. As they throw the fade pattern in the end zone, pass will be complete for the touchdown. I tell you what, that was awfully close to being some type of maybe offensive pass interference. It looked like it to us, but nonetheless, young man from Amory, I believe that was, again, the wide receiver, Andre Garth. Garth is a young man that received the fade route in the end zone, and the Amory Panthers have drawn first blood here in this football game with 1 minute and 9 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Amory 6, Houston nothing. Extra point pending here from the kicker, Pruitt. Kick is high enough, long enough, and it's true. With 1 minute and 9 seconds left to go here in this first quarter, the Amory Panthers have drawn first blood and lead 7-0. We'll be back after these messages from our local. Will be from Pruitt, and Amory has drawn first blood. 7-0, 1 minute and 9 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Ken, what do you have for us?
That 4-minute drive covered 71 yards. They did 44 yards of it by the pass and 35 by the rush. They really mixed it up as we get ready for the kickoff here.
Brand will receive the football somewhere in the neighborhood around the 3. Will come up the right sideline as they'll set the wedge. Has an opportunity for some nice running room as he'll go out of bounds somewhere around the 27-yard line. That's where Houston will set up shop. First down, 10 yards from that point. You're right, Ken. Very balanced attack from Amory. They threw the football very well. They threw probably maybe, I think you said they threw for 48 yards, 45 yards. They ran the football some 35 yards, some of that range. That's probably as balanced as you can get, and that's what a coaching staff will look for if they can get a balanced attack. It's awfully hard to beat a football team when they're moving the football that crisply. 1 minute, 3 seconds to go. Houston will have it first down, 10 yards to go from their own 27-yard line. Griffin will be the fullback as they'll have R.J. Patterson will be in the wingback slot to the right as they will call signals. Reverse pivot again with Harrell. Harrell absolutely has nowhere to go as he'll be knocked down for a loss of around 1 on the play. And the little reverse pivot that Houston's tried to run on the Amory Panthers has not been successful thus far. We want to thank our fine sponsors for helping us make Houston Hilltopper High School action courtesy to you tonight on TV7, TV 34, Union Planters Bank with two locations in Houston for your convenience. Griffin Motors, 2002 models on the lot now. Griffin Motors in Houston. Also, Pylon Wholesale Furniture located on Highway 8 between Bartleman and Houston. And also Bancorp South. Bancorp South on the square in Houston. Second down and 10 from the 27-yard line. Harrell, with a little delay, will give it to Antoine Harrell, and Antoine will find running room very, very tough to find, as he will get up to maybe another loss on the play somewhere around the 25-yard line. That will bring up a second down, actually third down and 12, as that will be the last play of the quarter. So at the end of one, the Amory Panthers 7, the Houston Hilltoppers nothing, and we'll be back after these messages from our local sponsors. Football third down possession play, 12 yards to go from their own 25-yard line. We also want to thank Custom Auto Accessories in Houston, your automobile supply center. Custom Auto Accessories in Houston, A&A Electrical Supply in Houston. Walter and Pat Archer, the owners there. We want to thank those fine folks for helping us make Houston Hilltopper action courtesy tonight on TV7, TV34. Harrell will roll to his left. We'll look upfield, and we'll find his receiver wide open on the little crossing route to tight end. Nice job of delivering the football. Pass reception is complete to I'm not sure who that is. We need to find out who that is. We do not have him in our program. Ken, if you could find out who that young man is, I'd be very appreciative. We do not have him on our roster. If we could find out from those young people, from the coaching staff, who that young man was. Nice job of delivering the football as he picked up first down yardage up around the 41-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go from that point. May have been Matt Davis, a senior. I don't know exactly who that was. We'll just have to wait and see who it was. We do not have that young man listed on our roster, as we'll have Brand, who will be in the wing back to the right. Looks like Houston may have jumped off. Amory may have jumped off sides. Nothing called. R.J. Patterson off left tackle, looking for running room, as R.J. will get up somewhere around the 45-yard line, and that will be about it, as he'll pick up around 3.
That's Jeremy Boyles.
Jeremy Boyles. I'm not sure, wasn't sure who that young man was. I'll put him on my roster. Jeremy Boyles is the young man that. His other jersey torn. Okay, his other jersey is torn. He was wearing 61. He's wearing 86 now. Young man that made the play on the reception. Congratulations to that young man. Big first down reception. Second down, 7 yards to go. Houston has had some moments that they've moved the football here in the first half. Need a nice sustained drive and points here to get back in this football game. Griffin off right tackle, big hole, as he'll find another first down as he'll cross down the 45 to the 44-yard line. Griffin running hard. Ken, a good job of picking up another first down, back-to-back first downs here. A little bit of balance from Houston, throwing the football on one first down, getting the football to the big fullback Griffin, and picking up another first down, running the football off tackle.
Yeah, excellent pickup there. Houston trying to get back into this game here.
First down, 10 yards to go, 10.5 minutes to go here in the contest, as Weaver will come over the center come over the football somewhere around the 45-yard line. Have R.J. Patterson, who will be in the wing back to the right, as they'll go back across the formation again. Running off tackle will be Griffin. Griffin will not find much, as he'll come somewhere down around the 44 to the 43-yard line. We'll call it a pickup of around 2 on the play. Second down and 8 to go for the first down. Also want to thank Quick Cash in Houston for all your quick cash needs. See Rhonda and Vicky for all your cash needs there in town. Quick Cash in Houston. Also the Bargain Warehouse with Robert and Benzie Goza in Houston, the Bargain Warehouse in Houston. Roland's True Value, Houston, home of True Value paints. Roland's True Value in Houston. R.J. Patterson will be the wing back to the right, as they'll have the football. They'll give it off tackle to Griffin. Griffin breaks a tackle in the backfield and will do a good job as he'll cross down the 45 to around the 43-yard line. Nice running, nice job of running the football hard again by Griffin, and he'll be short of the first down. Second should be a third down and 2. With somewhere around the neighborhood around the 37-yard line. And again, the Toppers are in Amory territory. They've been here twice. They need to cash in, Ken.
That's true, and they've emphasized Griffin on this possession, and he's now up to 7 carries, 30 yards. 7
carries, 30 yards for Griffin, as they'll have Patterson that will be in the wing back to the right as the fans from Amory come alive. They'll give the football again on the toss to R.J., and R.J. does a good job. I tell you what, you have to give a lot of credit that time to Harrell. Terrell Harrell did just a great job of running the option that time and pitched it at the right time. Good job that time by Terrell Harrell, as he did a good job of getting the football to R.J. Patterson, and another first down that will be registered somewhere around the 32-yard line that time, Ken. I tell you what, Terrell did a good job of just keeping his poise and getting the football to his running back.
He really did, and Patterson followed it through to pick up the sixth first down of the night for Houston.
Boyles will come back into the football game. I guess he'll be at tight end. That's where we have him at a couple minutes ago. We got one of the coaches a couple of minutes ago that did tell us he had a jersey that was torn. He will be at the tight end position. We'll have R.J. Patterson, the wing back. The reverse pivot again. As Harold fumbles the football, I think Houston very fortunately will get the football back. I'm not sure who that is that's on the bottom of the pile. I believe that may be Griffin. We'll just have to wait and see. That is, I believe that was actually maybe White, Eddie White. That was a young man that pounced back on the football. So they'll have or maintain possession, but they'll lose 4 on the play. Second down, 14 yards to go for the first down. 8.5 minutes to go here in the quarter, actually right before halftime, as Walker will check in the football game, and Boyles will leave. Walker will be actually out here in a tight end position, strong to the right, maybe 2 tights here for the Toppers, as Patterson will be in the wing back to the right again. They'll run the option here with Harrell. Harrell trying to get the corner. Harrell will. 30, 25, knocked down and have first down yardage. He'll cross somewhere down the 20. Nice pickup of 16 on the play and another first down as Terrell Harrell again running the option. Does a good job of picking up first down yardage, Ken. First down yardage, 16-yard pickup on the option keeper that time from Harrell. Did a good job of reading the defensive lineman and getting in the secondary, sliding in the secondary, and doing a good job of picking up first down yardage. First down, 10 yards to go. Houston knocking on the door once again. They've been down here twice here in the football game as Brand and Harrell both will come into the football game. It looks like R.J. Patterson will exit. As the Typers will be first down, we'll call it 10 yards. Actually, first down, 10 yards to go. They have the scoreboard wrong. As they'll have Harrell who'll dot the I behind Griffin. Toss sweep to the left. We'll have penalties everywhere as Harrell will get somewhere down around the 14-yard line. I believe that we're going to have we could actually have it'll be some type of illegal procedure on Houston, but I'm not sure. They may have broke the huddle with 12 players, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens, what the call is from the official.
I thought there was a possibility there'd be some motion there, but it should be Houston's first penalty tonight. Amory, on the other hand, has 2 penalties for 30 yards.
We'll have to wait from the indication from the official here, as the board of directors are meeting somewhere around the 22-yard line, as it will be. I'm sure some type of illegal procedure on Houston. We'll just have to wait and see what the call is. It's a legal motion, I believe, is what the call is going to be. According to Jeff, we'll just wait and see if your eyes are right here. Is that what you saw? Well, you have a bird's eye view. You're looking at me. You're exactly right. That is the call. Legal motion. We'll back up the Toppers 5 yard. I thought they might be guilty of of breaking the huddle with 12 players. There was a little bit of a communication problem among the Toppers, as they had some problems getting some people out of the game and thought they might have been guilty of the infraction, but nonetheless, it was a legal motion penalty. They'll back them back up 5. First down, 15 yards to go from their own, from the Amory 26.5-yard lines. We're about 7 minutes and 22 seconds to go here before the halftime break.
Give Houston some credit, Paul. This will be the 11th play of the drive coming up here, and they need to sustain a drive to keep the ball out of the hands of the tough Amory Panther offense.
Well, they do need to put points on the scoreboard. They've had the football probably pretty much almost exclusively the entire first half. We've played somewhere in the neighborhood of around 17 minutes, as they're still talking about something. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. They say it's first down and 10 now, but still, nonetheless, they've controlled the football. We've played 17, not quite 17 minutes here in this football game, but almost 17 minutes, except for the one drive that Amory had it. They scored the touchdown on. Houston's pretty well controlled the football. Both teams have only had limited possessions. So Houston has done a pretty good job with time of possession, as Harrell will not find much. But, sometimes you'll hear coaches say the most overrated statistic in football can be the time of possession thing, and I guess that is true here in this contest. Houston's controlled the football game as far as controlling the clock. But nonetheless, Amory leads on the scoreboard 7-0.
That's true. Houston has run 22 plays to only 10 for Amory tonight.
So they've ran 2 plays for every one, basically, over 2 plays for every one. So they've maintained the football pretty much all night long. We also want to thank the rest of our sponsors, Grocer's Pride. Grocer's Pride in Houston, locally owned and operated. For all your grocery needs, go see Grocer's Pride. Also, Farm Bureau Insurance. Rick Huffman, our halftime sponsor, Rick Huffman for all your needs, from property and casualty to, I'm sure, life and health needs. Go see Farm Bureau agent Rick Huffman in Houston. Adair Carpets on East President Street in Tupelo. For any needs that you might have, go see Adair Carpets on East President Street in Tupelo. Phone number 842-4000. Also in Oxford, I want to thank Grisani Rebel Motors. Grisani Rebel Motors on West Jackson Street in Oxford, Mississippi. Very fine car dealership. Also have one in Baldwin, if I'm not mistaken. The Grisani's very famous Italian family have the very fine Italian restaurant in Memphis. Grisani Italian foods. Actually, I think Rolla Grisani and Bola Grisani actually on Germantown Parkway. So the Grisani Rebel Motors for any needs you might have as far as vehicles. Grisani Rebel Motors in Oxford. Ken, you have something for us?
While we have an injury for Amory, looks like number 45, Alex Smith, coming off the field. Individually for Houston tonight, Tyrell Harrell is 1 for 2 passing. He completed that pass to Jeremy Bowles for 16 yards. Harrell rushing, he has 5 carries, 13 yards. Michael Griffin, been key on this drive, 7 carries, 30 yards. Antoine Harrell, they've held him in check tonight, 4 carries, -2 yards. R.J. Patterson, 3 carries, 21 yards, and Chris Brandon's carried the ball 1 time, 4 yards, and as we're back to action.
The Toppers will send Dendy, who will be in a slot to the left. They'll have, looks like that will be Brand, who will be in the wing back position, who will go in motion. Again, they'll run action back that way as Harrell will throw the football upfield pass. It's going to be, intercepted and incompleted. Unbelievably, what a gift that time for the Toppers. Pass should have been intercepted. The young man from Amory just didn't maintain concentration on the football and dropped the football, and I'm not sure who the young man was that got the deflection and received the football that time.
It looked like number 68, Eddie White. Let me see.
I think that may have been 86, or excuse me, 80. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe it was. I couldn't tell you. Nonetheless, we'll just say first down, 10 yards to go for the Toppers after the big play. And I tell you what, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. First down, 10 yards to go from the Amory 11-yard line. Brand will be in the wing back position to the right. They'll run again off tackle. Griffin will find the 2-yard line. Made a nice gallant effort. A pretty good play that time, actually, by the defensive back, Clarence Spratt. Spratt prevented the touchdown. Griffin looked like he was headed for the land of milk and honey. Should be actually a pickup of somewhere in the neighborhood of around 7. Should be 2nd down and 3. Houston can pick up a first down without scoring, if I'm not mistaken, Ken.
Yeah, it looks that way. They're about a couple of feet out of the pylon for a first down.
2nd down, we'll call it 2 from just outside the 3-yard line. Griffin will be the fullback as Brand will be in the wing back position. Harrell will dot the I. They'll run Harrell off right tackle. Harrell will be very close to the goal line, and I think he may have the first down. He's as close as you can get in the end zone without scoring. I believe he'll have the first down right here. It should be 1st and goal from somewhere around the 1-yard line. We'll have to wait for the to umpire. I think it should be 1st down and goal from the 1-yard line. And it will be. 1st down, goal to go for the 1 for the Hilltoppers. Golden opportunity with 5 minutes to go here before halftime to get back in this football game.
Yeah, play number 15 of the drive coming up here, Paul.
Weaver will get over the football right on the goal line, basically, as the Amory Panthers will get down in their stance, as it looks like they'll probably have Harrell dot the I. Again, they'll call signals. Harrell will run the football on the keeper. Give him 6, and the Toppers have tied this. Actually, have scored, and with the extra point, we'll have an opportunity to tie this football game. 4 minutes, 46 seconds, Ken. Have you got some totals on that drive, or do you need to total it up right quick? Good drive that time by the Toppers.
They got possession of the drive at the 1:03 mark of the first quarter, and they used 9 minutes to score. And it covered a total of, I'll have to come back to you on that one as we will wait the extra point.
Big extra point here pending from McCarver. The Brown will hold the football. Pass back is good. The kick is high enough, long enough, and it looks like it's true. With 4 minutes, 46 seconds left to go here before the halftime intermission, Houston has tied the score. What do you have for us, Ken?
That was a 67-yard, 15-play drive.
And with 4:46, we'll be back after these messages from our local sponsor. Metters will be the young men that will be back to receive the football from McCarver. They'll both be somewhere around the 3. McCarver will step into it, and the ball will carry long and deep, and it looks like that's packed somewhere around the 9-yard line. As he'll try to find running room, breaks a tackle, getting outside, and will be knocked down somewhere around, actually out of bounds, somewhere around the 39-yard line. Pretty good job of returning the football. That's where Amory will set up shop. First down, 10 yards to go here on their second possession of the half. Actually, it's pretty good when you maintain the football as much as Houston has. They've had the football in their hands for pretty much the entire second half. Excuse me, the first half. There's only 4 minutes and 38 seconds left. This is only Amory's, if this is only Amory's second possession, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
As Crump, actually have another, Crump will be in the football game as they'll have Metters, actually that will be Gillian. It will be the fullback in the backfield. They'll run the counter option to the left. Does a pretty good job of getting the football to his back, Metters, and Gillian, and making the tackle again will be Lyons, if I'm not mistaken. That was Jerome Lyons. We found out a couple minutes ago he's pushing somewhere in the neighborhood of around 140 tackles on the season. He's having a great junior year. That young man is very poised, being only a junior, to have just a great, incredible senior year. So, we've been saying this all year about Houston. I think Houston's best football is going to be the next 2 years. I mean, this season's far from over. They're a very young football team and an awfully talented young team as well. As again, they'll run the option. Crump will not find much as the Toppers do a pretty good job again. Lyons and Eddie White, and also making also on the stop was Matt Davis. All three converge on the play. He'll bring up a third down and a possession play. They got 3rd and 95 to go on the scoreboard. I don't think that's right. But I think it's going to be 3rd down, somewhere in the neighborhood of around 5 to go for the first down. The line to make will be somewhere in the neighborhood around the 49-yard line. So we'll call it a long 4, actually, as he'll have a slot to the left. Actually, there'll be Yo that will be wide to the right. And in the slot to the right, I believe, will be, they'll throw it again to Yo here on the right side, and he'll have the first down. Good play that time, actually, as they throw the football out here to Adam Yo. Pass complete. And will be first down yardage registered inside Houston territory to the 48-yard line. They've thrown that play twice, Ken, to Yo on that little quick out here on the right sideline. Did a pretty good job of getting him open again as McManus made the tackle.
Once for 6 yards and this time for 7, but both times to pick up the key first down.
Exactly. As they will have, again, out wide to the right will be Pack, I believe, in the slot. That will be Pate, as they'll have also on the slot over here, I believe that is Collins. As they'll send Collins in motion again, they'll throw the football up the field here. Pass will be complete again on another out route. I can't get all my words out here. Pass complete again. I think that's to the tight end. And actually, no, that's not the tight end. They have him listed. I think it's Andre Garth, the young man that caught the touchdown reception, if I'm not mistaken. He picks up 7 more. And, I watched Amory play probably 4 or 5 weeks ago, and they didn't throw the football like they're throwing it tonight. They've thrown the football awfully well here in this football game.
That's Garth's 3rd reception tonight. You mentioned that touchdown. He also caught one for 16 yards.
They will have, again, Yo will be wide to the right. They'll have, I believe, I'm not mistaken, that is Marsh will be in the slot, as he'll again give the football off tackle, and we'll give it to Gillian, and Gillian will find very good running room as he'll cross down to around the 32-yard line. Very fine pickup on the play for that young man. Actually, that was Lindsey Patterson. That's the young man that actually is split wide to the left now. So they're moving a lot of people, particularly in the skill position area. They're wide receivers and split ends in and out of the contest. Gillian will be the fullback as they'll send Pack wide to the right. Again, they'll have Lindsey Patterson in the slot. They'll have wide to the left will be Garth, and they'll have Gillian as a fullback. Crump will call out signals from that point, from around the 30. Again, we'll look upfield. We'll try to throw the quick pattern here. Just drops the football. Pass was intended again for Pack out here, and Pack just dropped the football. Amory has found something they really like on these little quick out patterns here, on these just little simple curls. Actually, they're just running a little hook, and Houston's going to have to make some adjustments on that.
Yeah, actually on that side that time, they had the receiver all by himself as the defensive man was covering the same receiver on that side. So he was by himself, and he had some room to roam if he caught it.
Very fortunate break, as they'll have Brand, who will isolate down here on Garth. That's a pretty good matchup, actually, as Crump will call out signals. Won't be surprised to see Gillian off tackle again. Crump will call signals, and again fumbles the football, and will get it just at the last second. Pass will fall. Last ball is incomplete as the pass was trapped. Pretty good pressure that time coming in that time, I believe, for the Toppers was Moore, if I'm not mistaken. Was a young man that put pressure on the quarterback. Maybe Deion Davidson, actually. Deion Davidson along with maybe Josh Gates. Young men that were putting pressure. Gates will limp off the field, has an ankle injury or something. 3rd down and 10. Big possession play here for the Panthers. Is checking into the football game for the will be Eric Foster. Eric Foster from the down lineman position. 3rd down, big play here. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run the little out again or some type of slant. They've done so all night. Crump will call signals as they'll send young man in motion again. Will throw the quick slant. Pass will be incomplete. Pass will be incomplete. It looked like the ball was just dropped by the receiver. And very fortunate for Houston that the young man dropped the football because he had a lot of running room if he maintains possession. Very interesting to see what Amory will do here. I will be very surprised if they don't go for it here on 4th down. 4th down and 10 from their own, from the 31-yard line. I do remember in the Pontotoc game that we did a couple weeks ago, their field goal kicker, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that is Pruitt, did connect on a 41-yard kick. This would be a 48-yarder. It may be just a hair out of his range. I'm not sure if they will bring him out in the football game, but he did connect on a 40-some-odd-yard field goal a couple weeks ago. So I know the young man has a pretty good leg, but I'd be real surprised, Ken, if they just didn't go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, I would anticipate that they would. Houston with 1:51 to go would have to drive the length of the field. By the way, no time came off the clock on that play.
You're exactly right. It seems like, I know it was an incomplete pass, but maybe 3 or so seconds should have came off. You're exactly right. Nonetheless, we'll see exactly what Amory is going to do. You know, they may be kicking this thing. I would have said, no, I think they're actually going to go for it. They are going to go for it, as there will be somewhere in the neighborhood of 4th and 10. We'll just have to wait and see exactly what transpires here, as Crump and his team will just stay on the football field, and they will go for it on 4th down. Gillian will be the fullback, it looks like, in the backfield. They will have, again, in the slot, the right, wide to the right will be Yo. They'll have also Lindsey. They'll be in the slot as they'll send Collins in motion here to the left. They'll run. They're going to do the ISO, throw it upfield. Pass will be incomplete. Pretty good coverage by Chris Brand. The coaching staff from Amory very unhappy with the call, but folks, I'm telling you, that's not pass interference. That's a pretty good job of pass defense by Mr. Brand.
It really was, and that play only took 3 seconds off the clock. 1:48. Houston, do they try to do something with it, or do they run out the clock?
I tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Funk and his staff wouldn't be just real content here to be conservative with the football. If they break off a long one or something, they might try to maintain possession and go down the football field with it. But I wouldn't think they're going to rear back and throw her deep 3 times, Ken. I may be wrong about that, but nonetheless, it would be nice to score points. They've played awfully well here in the first half, as they will call a timeout. With 1 minute and 48 seconds left to go here before halftime, we're going to take this timeout with them, and we'll be back after these messages from our local sponsors. With 1 minute and 48 seconds left to go before the halftime intermission. So awfully good first half of play for the Toppers. They'll run the football off. Tackle with Griffin. Griffin in the secondary will cross the 40, the 42-yard line. Man, Chris Griffin's had an awfully good first half here. Ken, he's ran the football very, very well off tackle.
He really has, and he gives Houston their 10th first down of the night. Very impressive.
Nice job of running the football by the Topper fullback as he did a good job of getting the football up to around the 42-yard line. Now maybe Coach Funk and his staff, after they've gotten pretty good field position, maybe they start thinking about trying to get the football down the field and maybe have an opportunity to score themselves here before the halftime intermission. As Weaver will be over the football around the 42-yard line, as a Harrell will be, we'll have Patterson in the wing to the right, wing back position to the right. Chris Brand off right tackle. Brand with running room. Brand cuts back around the 50 to the 47-yard line. I tell you what, Houston has moved the football awfully well and have played very well offensively tonight. They have ran the football with this little wing T offense that they've had. They've been very famous over the last 2 or 3 seasons, and probably to me have looked as impressive the last 2 weeks moving the football as they have all season long, because I tell you what, it's hard to move the football against a defense as good as Amory's.
Oh, it really is.
Weaver will come over the football again at the 47-yard line. Harrell, under a minute now to go before halftime. We'll call signals again. We'll give the football to Griffin, and Griffin just finding tough running yards as he'll cross around the 43. Might be thinking about a timeout here. I'm not sure what Coach The coaching staff will think about. They do call a timeout with 40 seconds left to go here before the halftime intermission. We're just going to hold it here during this break. I want to thank our fine sponsors for helping us make Houston Hilltopper football action to you tonight on TV7, TV 34. We want to thank Union Planters Bank in Houston now with 2 locations for your convenience in Houston, Mississippi, Union Planters Bank. Also, Griffin Motors. Griffin Motors, the 2002 models are now on the lot. The 2002 models now on the lot. Griffin Motors in Houston. Piling Wholesale Furniture, located on Highway 8 between Vardaman and Houston. Piling Wholesale Furniture in Piling. Also, Bancorp South. Bancorp South for all your needs, your banking needs, checking, savings, also CDs. Also, come see Bancorp South on the square in Houston. Custom Auto Accessories. Custom Auto Accessories in Houston, your automobile supply center. Custom Auto Accessories. A&A Electrical Supply in Houston, Walter and Pat Archer. Owners, A&A Electrical Supply in Houston. Also, Quick Cash for all your quick cash needs. See Rhonda and Vicky, Quick Cash in Houston. Bargain Warehouse, Robert and Benny Goza in Houston. Bargain Warehouse. Also, Roland's True Value in Houston, your home of True Value paints. Roland's True Value in Houston. Grocers Pride in Houston, locally owned and operated for all your grocery needs. Go see Grocers Pride and Farm Bureau. Rick Huffman for all your insurance need, property and casualty, life and health. See Rick Huffman at State Farm Bureau Insurance in Houston. Antoine Harrell off right tackle, big hole, 35, 30, 25, not down at the 25-yard line, and Harrell just running the football hard again. The Hilltoppers again will ask for, and I think they'll receive. Actually, the clock will stop as they move the chains. 31 seconds to go here before halftime, and Houston playing awfully well. First down and 10 yards to go from the Amory 25-yard line. Very quickly, we'll get over the football. 25 seconds left to go here before the halftime intermission. 24, 23. Hal Brand will be in the wing back to the right as they'll run the ball off right tackle. Actually going to throw the football upfield. Has a receiver wide open. He just missed him. Good gracious, he had him wide open. I think he'd like to have that one back again. Oh, goodness.
So. All he had to do is kind of raise it up and give it a little bit more time to get there, and he had him wide open.
Oh, he had Brand wide open on the crossing route. That would have been 6 guys. There wasn't a guy within 15 yards of him. I think that Terrell would like to have that one back. 15 seconds left to go here before halftime. The Toppers just miss out on a very, very opportunity to pick up the touchdown here as they had the receiver wide open on the crossing route. Second down and 10 yards to go from the Amory 25-yard line. As Harrell will call out signals from that point. He'll have a wide receiver split wide to the left. That's Patterson. Will roll in that direction. Will look upfield, has his receiver, and it's underthrown once again. Terrell having a hard time getting in the air under the football as cannot pick up any positive yards at all. Will bring up a third down and 10. I'd love to have that play back, the one a couple plays ago, because the Toppers had an opportunity. If that ball's thrown in sync right there of going to halftime with the lead.
Oh, yeah, it would have been perfect. Just a little bit more loft and, give it time to get there, and it would have been 6.
Third down, 10 yards to go, 11 seconds here before halftime. Griffin will be the fullback as Harrell will be will call signals, and they'll roll again to left. Harrell looking upfield, has a receiver open in the corner of the end zone. Oh, goodness gracious. Just dropped the football. Antoine Harrell again was wide open and just dropped the football with 1 second left to go before halftime. Houston has had 2 golden opportunities. That time you can't blame Terrell. Terrell put that one on the money. The first time he didn't. Unfortunately, nonetheless, the Toppers still don't have any points on it.
Right in the hands there.
Oh, goodness gracious. Great throw that time by Terrell Harrell. 1 second is all that remains. This will be the last play of the half unless there is some type of defensive penalty, because the half cannot end on a defensive penalty. Oh, goodness gracious. McManus will come into the football game as Antoine just really, really upset and beside himself that he wasn't able to gather in the football. Fourth down and 10 yards to go from the 25-yard line. The down is not very important right now. Just the time that's left on the clock. Awfully entertaining first half here at Longenecker Field on the campus of Amory High School. Ken and Jeff, this has been everything we anticipated that it would be, as I think they've just really malfunctioned the clock now. If you'll look at it, I think they got it at 50 minutes to go. We went from 1 minute to 50 seconds. It's probably an untimed down, actually. I'm sure they've reset the clock now to 5 seconds, actually. I thought they may be going to play an untimed down. But now they're wanting to say it's going to be 4 seconds. It's fourth down. This is the last play of the half. It's inconsequential one way or the other. how much time is left to go here before halftime. Still, nonetheless, they have got things set now at 4 seconds. They'll have trips to the left. Actually, that will be Brand, who will be in the wingback position. They'll have Harrell in the slot to the right, on the left, as he'll look upfield under pressure. Here's the receiver, Brand! Touchdown! Chris Brand opening the end zone. Touchdown for the Toppers. Oh, what a great play. They went to the well 3 times, and the third time it actually came up the winner. 25-yard touchdown reception. What a great job by Terrell Harrell and Chris Brand in the end zone for the touchdown. 13-7 our score. What a heck of a first half we have seen, guys. This has been exciting, and has been probably one of the more entertaining affairs that we have done all season long. McCarver will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Chris Brand. Snap back is good. The kick is high enough, long enough. And on the last play of the half, the Toppers will take to the dressing room a 14-7 lead. If you can get a look at the Hilltopper fans over there, Jeff, as they're awfully excited. They've played awfully well here in the first half. And I tell you one thing, they've acquitted themselves quite well in a very key region
ball control tonight, and they went to the well, as you said, 3 times. You know they were going to cover the pass, and Brand was still wide open and caught the ball and give the Houston a 14-7 halftime lead. As we wait for the Houston band to come on, let me try to give you some statistics before they get started. I'll start out by saying that for Houston, they have garnered 12 first downs in the first half alone, which is a lot of times more than the teams in high school get for a game. 178 total yards on 34 plays. Comparatively, Amory has 109 total yards on 19 plays, and they've gained 6 first downs. Individually for Houston, Tyrell Harrell is now 3 of 6 passing for a total of 57 yards. And they have had a passing game tonight where they normally do not have a passing game as a threat. So
and also a touchdown, a
really,
25-yard touchdown.
That's right. They've really utilized the pass. Tyrell Harrell has carried the ball 6 times for 14 yards. Michael Griffin, 10 carries, 53 yards. Antoine Harrell, 6 carries, 18 yards. R.J. Patterson, 3 carries and 21 yards. Chris Brand, 2 carries for 15 yards. For Amory, right quickly, Crump is 4 for 8 passing for 58 yards. Crump has carried the ball twice for -1 yard, so they've kept him in check. Metters, 2 carries for 26 yards, and Gillian, 5 carries for 26 yards. As we'll now go to the Houston High School marching band.
Great job there, Ken, getting us some of those stats. Jeff, we're going to take it to the halftime break. We're going to get the band here. 14-7 Toppers lead. We'll get the band. We'll be back after these messages or after the band performance to start the second half. I'm going to find a score out on Pontotoc.
Sanders. Majorette instructor is Miriam Gardner. Flag captains are Jana Barnett, Crystal Fizzackerly, and Kristen May. The majorette captain is Carrie Ars. Drum captains are Darius Fan and Michael Ezel. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed the show. Now we would like to recognize a special group of young people who have committed their time and talent to entertain you for the past few years, the senior band class of 2002. The band boosters and parents would like to present each senior with a gift. Each senior selected a letter sweater, letter jacket, or a monogrammed blanket as their gift. The senior band members are Emily Carpenter, daughter of E.C. and Sandra Carpenter. She has been a member of the band for 6 years and plays the clarinet. She is a member of the fast pitch and slow pitch softball teams, Amory ambassador, and who was selected to Who's Who among American high school students. Emily plans to attend Northeast and her major is undecided. Shannon Currents, granddaughter of Charlene and Lou Currents. This is her 6th year in the band, plays the flute, and is the section leader for the flute section. Shannon is in the National Honor Society, French National Honor Society, and HOSA. She plans to get an associate's degree at Itawamba Community College and become a registered nurse. Leslie East, daughter of David and Donna East. This is her 6th year in the band. She plays the baritone and trumpet and is the section leader of the low brass section. She is the co-editor of the Panorama, member of the Who's Who of American high school students for 2 years, and received the state and national award of Group Volunteer of the Year in Beverly Health Care. Leslie plans to attend Itawamba Community College, then transfer to a senior college majoring in criminal justice or become a medical examiner. Amanda Galloway, daughter of Jim and Pam Galloway. She has been in the band for 6 years and plays French horn and trumpet. She is a member of FBLA and serves as its secretary. She is also a member of SAD. Amanda plans to attend Itawamba Community College and major in education. Heather Harris, daughter of Luke and Kathy Harris. She has been in the band for 6 years and plays saxophone. She is a member of the slow pitch softball team, basketball team, and tennis team. She is a member of National Honor Society and is an Amory High School ambassador. Heather plans to attend the University of Mississippi and major in elementary education. Leslie Jackson, daughter of Ronald and Julia Jackson. She has been in the band for 6 years and plays the clarinet. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Rotary Girl of the Month, and is on the slow pitch and fast pitch softball teams. Leslie plans to attend Northeast and is undecided on a major. Chiquita Jenkins, daughter of Charles and Renee Jenkins. She has been in the band for 6 years, plays clarinet, and is a member of the Guard Line. She is in FBLA as senior representative, a writer for the Peptimus staff, and a member of SAD. Chiquita plans to attend Mississippi State University and major in business information systems. Ashley Jones, daughter of Jerry and Diane Jones. She has been in the band for 6 years and plays the flute. She is in the National Honor Society, Who's Who among American high school students, and is on the tennis team, cross country, and soccer teams. Ashley plans to attend college and major in pharmacy. Scooter Kellum, son of Ed and Natalie Kellum. He has been in the band for 6 years and plays the tuba. He is an Amory ambassador, a delegate to Boys State, and a member of FCA. Scooter plans to attend Itawamba Community College and then further his education in youth ministry. Jessica Kennedy, daughter of Dwight and Susan Kennedy. She has been a member of the band for 6 years and plays the clarinet. She is in the National Honor Society, FBLA, and is historian for the FBLA. Jessica plans to attend Mississippi State University and major in education. Justin Kennedy, grandson of Betty Armstrong. She has been in the band for 6 years, plays the trombone, and he is the section leader for the trombone section. He is a member of SAD and the French Club. Justin plans to attend Itawamba Community College and major in business, management, and entrepreneurship. George Wayne Knox, son of Larry and Veronica Knox. He has been in the band for 4 years and plays percussion. He is the president of the student body, national merit semifinalist, and a delegate and state officer for Boys State. Wayne plans to attend a major university and is undecided on a major. Cedric Mitchell, son of Larry and Mary Mitchell. He has been in the band for 7 years, plays percussion, and is drum captain of the drum section. He attended Boys State, a member of FFA, and has been selected to State Band Clinic in Biloxi. Cedric plans to attend Northeast, transfer to the University of Mississippi, and major in music. Jessica Mobley, daughter of Danny and Marlena Samples. She has been in the band for 6 years, plays the French horn, and is horn section leader. She is a member of the 2001 Northeast Mississippi Honor Band and has been selected to the State Band Clinic Band in Biloxi. She is the editor of the Peptimus and a member of HOSA. Jessica plans to attend Itawamba Community College and then transfer to MUW and major in nursing. Lauren Parham, daughter of Jim and Tammy Parham. She has been in the band for 7 years, plays the trumpet, and is a member of the Guard Line. She is an Amory Ambassador, member of the National Honor Society, and is Rotary Girl of the Month. Lauren plans to attend Mississippi State University and major in chemical engineering. Kimberly Petty, daughter of Dale and Judy Petty. She has been in the band for 6 years, plays clarinet, and is clarinet section leader. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Rotary Girl of the Month, and a member of FCA for 4 years. Kimberly plans to attend Northeast, transfer to Mississippi State University, and major in computer science. Ben Scott, son of Ben and Minnie Scott. He has been in the band for 6 years and is a member of the percussion section. He is a member of the Amory High School soccer team. Ben plans to go to Itawamba Community College, then transfer to Mississippi State University and major in engineering. Latoya Spence, daughter of Norris Anderson and George Spence. She has been in the band for 8 years and plays the trumpet. She is a member of SAD, Who's Who among American high school students, and is on the track team. Latoya plans to attend the University of Mississippi and major in business management. Jason Smith, son of Charles and Viola Smith. He has been in the band for 4 years and is a member of the percussion section. He is a member of TSA, SAD, and FFA. Jason plans to attend Northeast, then transfer to the University of Mississippi and major in physical therapy. Cindy Thompson, daughter of Dennis Thompson. She has been in the band for 6 years and plays the clarinet and cymbals. She is a member of the Peptimus staff. Cindy plans to attend Itawamba Community College and major in physical therapy. Sharon Wilson, daughter of John and Brenda Wilson. She has been in the band for 6 years and plays the flute. She is the drum major of the 2001-2002 Amory Marching Band. She is in the National Honor Society, Amory Ambassador, and the Spanish Honor Society. Sharon plans to attend Itawamba Community College, transfer to the University of Mississippi, and major in pharmacy. Dustin Goodwin, son of Roger and Kim Goodwin and Denise Pruitt. He has been in the band for 6 years and plays the French horn. He has been a member of the football team for 4 years and powerlifting team for 2 years. Dustin plans to attend Itawamba Community College and his major is undecided. Jimmy Harlow, son of Jimmy and Teresa Harlow. He has been in the band for 6 years and plays the trumpet. He is a 3-year letterman in football and was selected as Who's Who among American high school students. Jimmy plans to attend college and major in psychology. Stephen Ludlam, son of Pat and Jennifer Ludlam. He has been in the band for 6 years and is a member of the percussion section. He is in the Spanish Club, Spanish National Honor Society, and attended Boys State. Stephen plans to attend Delta State University and major in aviation. Seth McNeese, son of Ricky and Wanda McNeese. He has been in the band for 6 years and plays the trombone. He is a member of SAD, German Club, and French Club. Seth plans to attend Itawamba Community College and major in business communications. Cody Watson, son of Wayne and Beth Watson. He has been in the band for 6 years and plays the trumpet. He is a member of the French Club for 2 years, SAD, football team for 4 years, and powerlifting for 2. Cody plans to attend community college for 2 years, then transfer to Mississippi State University. The seniors will now perform the traditional playing of Panther Fight and be joined by the rest of the varsity band in saluting our seniors. Thank you, seniors, for your dedication and hard work.
And welcome back. We're ready for second half action as the Amory Panthers have already got their kickoff team on the field. Houston has yet to come back on the football field. Coach Funk has his, actually Coach Funk is around midfield up here around the 40, but the team is starting to disperse from the I guess that would be the north end zone. I guess that would be what direction we're facing. No, that wouldn't be. I guess it would be we're going east, going this direction, the east end zone. Nonetheless, they're in the end zone coming out. And to make a long story short, we're about ready to start second half play. And what was a very, very entertaining first half play, Ken, the Toppers ended the football game, or ended the first quarter, the first half on a great note with a 25-yard touchdown reception between Terrell Harrell and Chris Brand to take a 14-7 lead. Houston will kick the football off first. McCarver will tee it up at the 35 as they will have Gillian, it looks like, deep, along with also Metters. Actually, that's Metters and Pack that are deep, and it will carry to Pack. Actually, that is going to be an up back that will receive it. I think that's Metters, somewhere in a great open field tackle. I think that may have been Chris Brand, the young man that caught the touchdown reception before the end of the first half. Chris Brand having an awfully good football game here tonight, Ken.
Really is. Kudos to Houston for being able to move the ball 69 yards on Amory in less than 2 minutes to get that go-ahead touchdown.
Amory will set up shop. First down 10 yards to go. You have to play 4 quarters, though, to beat Amory here at Longenecker Field. They have had a great tradition and a great past of winning football games in some very exciting fashion here at this facility, as we'll have penalty flags that will fly everywhere, as that will be some type of pre-snap penalty here on Amory. Actually, the Amory players are saying it's against Houston. As must be somebody must have been lined up offside. So Houston, with a little bit of a mental mistake here, a mental breakdown, will make it an easy 5 without even running a play. So it'll be first down and 5 yards to go from the Amory 30-yard line. As Yo will check out of the football game, that's the wide receiver. I'm sure they'll go back to some type of big, heavy package here, as it looks like that will be Patterson, who will be in the slot here to the left. They'll have, it looks like Pack will be wide to the left, as they'll run the option series, and Crump will keep him slide in the secondary, and he's off to the races unless somebody can catch him. Crump is at the 40, knocked down at the 30-yard line. Good play that time in the secondary from the Amory from Matt Davis, who ran him down in the secondary, but Crump kept the football as he just slid in the secondary, and a nice pickup on the play of somewhere in the neighborhood of right at 50 yards almost, Ken.
Give him 41 on that carry, and he was held,
you're right, 41 yards.
He was held to -1 before that, so a big start for him in the second half.
First down, 10 yards to go, as Amory will be at the Houston 30-yard line. We'll have Gillian as a fullback. We'll also have in the wing-back position Metters. Metters will get the football off right tackle, big hole. 25-20, knocked down at the 18-yard line. As Metters did a good job of running the football, and Amory has looked like a well-oiled machine here in the first 37 seconds here of the second half. They have looked very impressive on their first possession of the third quarter. 14-7 our score at Longenecker Field on the campus of Amory High School. As they'll split wide to the left will be Garth, the young man that caught the touchdown pass. They'll have Patterson in the slot to the right, and we'll also have Pack wide to the right. We'll have pre-snap, another pre-snap penalty here. I hope that Amory, Houston has not lined up here offsides. I think this will be some type of illegal procedure against Amory. It will indeed back them up 5. We'll make it first down, 15 yards to go. We'll back them back to the 23-yard line. As Yo will check into the football game, the possession receiver checking out will be Pack. As they'll send Yo wide to the right. Again, we'll have Patterson, who will be in the slot to the right. We'll have Gillian in the backfield. We'll have, again, they'll have Metters, who will be in the wing-back position here, and also Garth will be in the slot here to the left. As they have a new quarterback in the football game, that's Dustin Shields. Shields is a young man that indeed had some injury problems, as they'll throw the fade in the corner of the end zone. Pass is incomplete. It looked like it was almost intercepted, and then it looked like it was almost received here by Garth. But still, the ball was fought for by both young men, and the pass fell harmlessly to the ground, incomplete. Actually, a young man just received the football out of bounds. As Shields, if I'm not mistaken, is a young man that was hurt early in the year, who is now back in the football game, broke his arm in one of the first contests of the season. So I'm sure they're glad to see him back, as actually Crump is back in the game now. As they'll have, again, Garth will be in the slot here to the left. They'll have also Patterson in the slot to the right. Again, Yo will be wide. The right option right. Running it will be pretty good open field tackle, actually, by the Toppers. Making the play, I believe, may have been Moore, and also Jerome Lyons. I believe that was Josh Moore and Jerome Lyons, the young men that converged and made the tackle on the play. So third down possession play, long to go, 10 yards to go for the first down. The initial drive here of the first half, and it's okay, Ken, if Amory takes the football up and down the field, but if they stall in between the 20s, I'm sure Coach Funk and his staff would like nothing more than to see that happen. They'll have Yo will be out wide to the left. Again, we'll have Garth in the slot to the left. Actually, at Patterson on the left, and they'll have also on the right will be Garth, as they'll run the counter option to the left. Will look upfield, has a receiver open, passes, dropped, and then caught for the touchdown. Actually, he's on the 1-yard line. The same thing that happened to Houston in the first half has came back and bit them in the second half. A deflected pass that is received. The ball looked like it was going to be intercepted. In pretty good position to make the interception was Tony Neal. And unfortunately, the ball was not nestled in. That fell right back into the receiver's hand. Their first down and goal from the 1-yard line. Man, we've had a wild turn of events several times here in this football game, as they'll have Gillian, who will be the fullback. They'll have Garth, and the full house backfield will have, again, it looks like Metters will dot the I. They'll run the option. I think he's in the end zone for the touchdown. I tell you what, he did get in the end zone real quickly then, a very quick drive. Our PA announcer announced it before the guys raised their hands up. I saw the official looking down, and I heard the guy say touchdown. The guy raised his hands up. 14-13 our score. 10 minutes and 1 second, 1 tick actually, as the Panthers went 76 yards in a minute and 59 seconds. The kick is high enough, it's long enough, and it's true. With 10 minutes and a tick left to go here before the end of the third quarter, we're now tied. Our new score, 14 Amory, 14 Houston. We'll be back after these messages from our local sponsors. The fans across the way here, actually in front of us, are awfully excited. Their team has just gone 76 yards in a minute and 59 seconds and have retied the football game 14-14 here on the campus of Amory High School at Longenecker Field. As it looks like that the young man, I think that is Pruitt, will step into the football, will carry deep into the end zone, will be not playable. Brand will catch the football, but nonetheless, the Toppers will set up shop. First down, 10 yards to go from their own 20. They've moved the football very authoritatively themselves tonight. Both teams have moved the football quite crisply. I expected a football game, really, quite frankly, from both teams, where there might be a possibility of both teams just grinding this thing out, and maybe a 7-6 type game. But both teams, even though we're only 14-14, if you consider the possessions, they've scored probably on at least half the possessions they've had the football, because they've been both teams. It's been a very time-consuming type of football game as far as drives are concerned from both teams. Griffin will be the fullback, as Harrell will bring his football 10 to the line of scrimmage. We'll have Patterson in the wing-back position. I think you'll have to the left, I'm not sure who that is, in the slot. They'll carry the football with Griffin off left tackle. He'll get up to the 22-yard line for really maybe a pickup of 2 on the play. Should be second down. We'll call it 9 as they only get to the 21. 9 minutes, 45 seconds to go here before the end of the third quarter. As again on the sidelines down here, Dustin Shields, the quarterback, young man that broke his arm, continues to loosen up. Actually, it looks like he's catching the football with his right arm as he's throwing it, because it must be his left arm that was broken. Is the young man that does continue to warm up. Second down, as one of the officials is coming in now. They think we're going to have some type of stop of play here. No, actually, I don't know what's going on. We'll wait and see what's going on. We have one official down here on the bottom part of the screen that threw the timeout signal up way before the play, and then he let the play go, and now he's calling the penalty flag. The penalty flag was actually called on the other side of the field. He must have seen something. Somebody must have been in a bad position as far as alignment or something, or the Toppers may have not had enough men on the line of scrimmage. Nonetheless, it will be a legal procedure. Second down, 14 for the Toppers. Just checking out of the football game will be, for the Toppers, will be Jason Walker. And I think that was checking in, may have been Boyles again, as they'll run in motion. Brand to the left. They'll give the football a little cross-butt action to Harrell. Not much. Maybe a loss of 1 on the play, as Harrell will get back maybe to the 15-yard line. And the way Amory moved the football, Ken, right up and down the field a couple minutes ago, even though there was a freak play or 2 on it, I don't think Houston needs to give them the football back right now. They'll get pretty good field position if they have to surrender on the punt right here.
That's true. Important for Houston to show that they can do what they did in the first half.
Third down, 13 yards to go. The line to make will be somewhere around the 30-yard line. They're on the 17. The line to make will be just short of the 30-yard line, somewhere around the 29, as they will be somewhere around the 16-yard line, as he'll have Harrell come in motion. They'll give the football, throw it deep up the crossing pattern to oh, goodness gracious, to Brand again. Brand wanted the flag, but nonetheless, pretty good coverage that time. We'll bring up a fourth down in a punting situation for the Hilltoppers. Pretty good defensive play that time from the defensive secondary by Clarence Spratt. Spratt with a pretty good job on the defensive coverage that time. Houston will have to punt. They'll bring Adam Yo in the football game. He'll get back somewhere around the 47-yard line. Checking in or staying in the football game, I believe, will be Harrell. Harrell will just stay in the football game to punt the football, as he'll wait back the pass back from center. This is a very important snap. He gets it pretty easily. Coming with pressure, does a good job of getting into the football. Yo at the 47, right where he was standing, receives it. Looking for running room, will get knocked down as he cracks inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Pretty good coverage that time from the Hilltoppers. As making the tackle was Randy Moore. Randy Moore was the young man that was on the bottom of the stack. So with 8 minutes to go here before the end of the third quarter, Houston at 14, Amory 14. In a very entertaining affair. And again, the young man from Amory I believe that is Alex Smith was a young man a little bit shaken up on the play. He had left the game earlier with an injury, their fine senior linebacker. Nonetheless, 7:41, 1st and 10 from the Houston 38-yard line. Houston in dire need of a big defensive stop. A turnover would be huge, as they'll have Gillian, who will be the fullback, Cornelius Gillian. Again to the left will be wide, to the left will be Yo. They'll send Yo in motion back to that point. He'll go almost by and run the option again. Crump, good play by Jerome Lyons. Jerome Lyons says, young man, you cannot go. And he makes a good play on the line of scrimmage and knocks him down for a loss of 2 on the play, and just adds to and keeps adding to that 140-some-odd tackles that he has made on the year. That young man is just a junior. He will only get better. 205-pound junior defensive end that is really came into his own during his junior year and really played awfully well. 2nd down, 12 yards to go. They'll have Gillian in the backfield. Shields, the young man that has been injured, now back in the football game at quarterback. They'll have Pack will be in the slot to the left. They'll throw the football to Pack. Pack with a nice little move as he'll be knocked down at the 35-yard line. A pickup of 5 on the play. So we'll have another 3rd down and possession play. 3rd down, 7 yards to go for the 1st down. As I think Shields will stay in the football game as they'll continue with this young man probably trying to throw the football. Nonetheless, the one thing that you would probably imagine here, Amory, if they don't pick up the 1st down on 3rd and long here, or 3rd and 7, probably would go for it once more because they really have wrestled field position away from the Toppers here in the half. Again, Shields with a little bit of a half roll to the right. Pretty good coverage out there. Young man catches the football and will be knocked down inside the 10 at the 5-yard line. Pass complete to Lindsey Patterson. Patterson on a nice out pattern that time, a 30-yard pickup. They'll be 1st down and goal from somewhere around the 5-yard line. And Shields on a little bit of a half roll that time. Young man that has had a broken arm, has came back and has played some here in this football game. Actually a pickup of 27, we'll call it 28. 1st down and goal to go from the 7-yard line. Shields will stay in the football game. We'll have Gillian will be his fullback. We'll have, looks like in the slot, actually in the wingback position is Gillian actually, and we'll probably have, no, it's Nars. Run the counter option to the right, pitch out to the tailback, makes a young man miss, and will dive down to around the 2-yard line. As he's very close to getting the football in the end zone. Carrying the football that time was Collins. Collins getting the football on the option from Shields. 2nd down, goal to go from the 2. Ball will be equidistance from the sideline, actually on the right hash. As Shields will bring his football team to the line of scrimmage. Will send in motion. It looks like that was Crump. Crump in the football game as a receiver. Shields will keep it on the keeper and will find the end zone. Touchdown, Amory. Amory will now go up. Actually, we have a flag. I'm not exactly sure what the call is going to be here. We'll have to wait and see what it's a legal procedure, and the Toppers will actually stave off the touchdown via the penalty route. Ken, I'm glad you picked that up. I'm getting a better opportunity to watch it on the monitor than I am actually on the out on the field, and I'm watching the play on the monitor, and so I wasn't able to see the flag come from the line judge. 2nd down, goal to go from the 7-yard line. 5 minutes and 28 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. They'll send wide to the left. That will be Garth, the young man that caught a touchdown pass here in the early in the game. They have nobody covering him right now, as they'll send Brand over that way. Also on the slot to the left will be Crump, the quarterback. Shields will be behind center, and we'll have Gillian, who will dot the I. Quick little pattern out here to the left. Pass will be caught and then fumbled, and I think actually they're going to say he caught the football. They're going to say he caught the football somewhere around the 3. That looked like he never had possession of the football. Nonetheless, they're going to give it to him on the 3-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and goal to go from the 3-yard line. I'm not exactly sure that actually around the 4-yard line that he caught the football. Nonetheless, that's where they'll spot the ball. 3rd down, they'll call it somewhere between the 4.5, 5-yard line. As Shields will bring his football team to the line of scrimmage, we'll have Cornelius Gillian, who will dot the I. Metters will be the fullback. Have a wide receiver to the right, that's Crump, the quarterback. Also have Garth here to the slot to the left. Toss sweep to the right, good penetration. Reverse back the other way. Young man's going to find the end zone. There's nobody there. And let's Brand on, and he makes a good play. Great effort as he gets in the end zone. That's Josh Crump. Josh Crump found the end zone on the end around, actually the double reverse. And with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left to go here before the end of the third quarter, Amory has scored twice here in the third quarter and has retaken the lead, 20-14 on a great play that time by Crump. Great individual effort as he went airborne somewhere around the 3-yard line. I believe that might be Chris Brand. Might be Brand that's hurt. That's a young man the Toppers can ill afford to lose. He's an awfully good football player. I'm sure his pride hurt a little bit now, but there's nothing he could do about that. Crump just made a great athletic play to go airborne somewhere around the 3 and find the end zone.
Another impressive drive, 6 plays, 38 yards, took 2:41 off the clock.
Well, the Toppers were down by 7 in the first half. They're down by 7 again now. They made a move in the first half. They'll be forced to do so again. The extra point pending from Pruitt as they're still waiting for Brand to get off the field as the officials have got play back and forth now as Pruitt will attempt the extra point. The pass back from center is good. The snap hold is good. The kick is high enough, long enough, and it's good as well. With 5 minutes, 15 seconds left to go here before the end of the third quarter, and our new score, the Amory Panthers 21, the Houston Hilltoppers 14. We'll be back after these messages from our local sponsors. The score now, Amory 21, Houston 14. And Patterson will be back deep now as Brand had to come out after the injury. And Brand may be in the game actually as well still now. I'm not sure. I think that is Brand still back as they will await the kickoff from the kicker Pruitt. He'll step into the football. Young man sent it very deep a few minutes ago. This one's not quite as deep. It looks like that will be Harrell, if I'm not mistaken, around the 20. Harrell running over people across up to around the 30 to the 31-yard line. That's where Houston will set up shop. First down, 10 yards to go from that point. Ken, do you have anything for us?
Not right now.
21-14 your score. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. As Harrell will bring his football team out on the field, his lines will come in at tight end. It looks like also checking into the football game for the Toppers at wide receiver will be Jason Walker. As Harrell brings into play from Coach Funk. Weaver will come over to the football somewhere around the 31-yard line. We'll have R.J. Patterson, who will be in the wing-back position. We'll have Chris Griffin that will be in the fullback position, and we'll have Harrell in a slot in the backfield. We'll give it to Harrell off tackle. Harrell looking for running room, not finding much. We'll maybe get one as he'll cross back up to around the 32-yard line. 5 minutes ago here in the third quarter, 21-14 your score. I want to thank our fine sponsors for helping us make Houston High School football action courtesy to you tonight on TV7, TV34, and thank Union Planters Bank with 2 locations in Houston to serve you. Griffin Motors, 2002 models are on the lot now. 2002 models on the lot now at Griffin Motors in Houston. Also, Pylon Wholesale Furniture located on Highway 8 between Vardaman and Houston. Pylon Wholesale Furniture in Houston. Second down, 9 yards to go from the 32. Gives it to Griffin on the fullback on the belly series, and Griffin will cross up to the 38 to the 39-yard line. Pickup of 7 on the play should bring up a third down and 2. I also want to thank Bancorp South. Bancorp South on the square in Houston. Bancorp South in Houston. Also, Custom Auto Accessories in Houston, your automobile supply center. Custom Auto Accessories. A&A Electrical Supply in Houston. Walter and Pat Archer, your owners. Also, Quick Cash. For all your Quick Cash needs, see Rhonda and Vicky, Quick Cash in Houston. Bargain Warehouse. Robert and Benny goes and invite you to shop with them for all your grocery needs at Bargain Warehouse. Third down, 2 yards to go from the 39. Griffin off right tackle, big hole. Griffin just running over folks as he gets into Amory territory. I tell you what, he just absolutely tattooed Marcus Rudd and the secondary. Just ran absolutely over the young man. The 6'1", 175-pound sophomore defensive back from Amory. And Griffin just won that battle right then as he just took him on in the secondary and picked up very good first down yardage. This is exactly what Houston did in the first half to get themselves back in the football game. First down, 10 yards to go, 3.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Harrell will be in the halfback position, will be in motion, back to the right, toss sweep. No, actually, cross-butt action to Patterson, and Patterson maybe will find the midfield stripe. Actually, the 45-yard line. Maybe a pickup of 1, maybe 2 on the play. will give him one. Second down, 9 yards to go from the somewhere around the Amory 45.5-yard line.
That previous 15-yard pickup by Griffin will give him 76 yards tonight on 13 carries, so pretty good night for him thus far.
Griffin has ran the football very authoritatively on the Village series all night long. They'll have Harold in the wingback position, give the football again to Griffin. Griffin not finding much, but then breaking out of there, and Griffin just running over folks and just running the football hard down around the 39, 38-yard line. Griffin having an awfully good night running the football. Should be a third down and maybe 2 yards to go again, maybe a long one. And I'm sure right here, this is where Coach Funk and his staff would really like to execute and find first down country. The line to make will be somewhere around the 40.5. We'll call it the 41-yard line. Coach Pat Bird, his staff from Amory, they call in the signals. Of course, Coach Bird, the longtime assistant to Bobby Hall here before he got the job. Of course, Coach Hall now at Northeast Mississippi Community College. Patterson will be in the wingback position to the right. Again, Griffin absolutely met in the backfield. Unbelievable stop that time by, it looked like, again, that was Alex Smith. Alex Smith, who's been hurt from time to time tonight, just really came in and just disrupted things and made a big-time hit behind the line of scrimmage. Fourth down, 2 yards to go here, and another decision here for Coach Funk and his staff to make. They're going to go for it. As Voyles will check out of the football game, checking in will be, I believe, Walker. The crowd comes to life. One thing you have to give the Amory fans credit for, they know when to get behind their players. They're very well schooled as Houston moves on the right tackle. Looks like maybe the young man that may have moved that time may have been Chris Walker. And I'm sure that Coach Funk and his staff may punt the football now. They will have to punt. They probably will punt the ball, as that absolutely just kills you when you make mental mistakes. That's something Coach Funk and his staff, I'm sure, did not want to see happen. I think they may still be going no, they're dropping Harold back, and they're going to punt the football as they're getting Yo also in the game. Going to play field position here, try to make a play, let the defense make a play here for Houston. Nonetheless, still a lot of time left in the football game. 1 minute and 16 seconds. The last time the Toppers came to Longenecker Field, they actually walked away with the victory. I'm sure Coach Funk and his staff would like to do so again tonight. Still, they'll bring Yo back. Yo will be somewhere around his own 10-yard line, as Harold will be somewhere around the 43, awaiting the pass back from center. I think that's Weaver, who'll be the center, is coming off the field for Amory. They're getting another lineman off the field. I think that is John Griffith, 6'2", 260-pound junior. The officials will set play, and they'll roll the clock or set the clock, and now the clock is in motion. 1 minute and 23 seconds as Harold will wait back the pass back from center. And Amory making some intentional. They fake the punt. They fake it with Lines. Lines, he better move. He's close to first down yardage. We'll just have to wait and see what the call is. He's right at the marker. I think he may be a yard or so short, guys. He did not make the first down. He's about a yard short. Good job by the Panther defense, actually special teams that time, of preventing Lines from making the first down, as he got as close to it as he possibly could get without getting it, but unfortunately was not able to register the first down. And the bad thing about it is Amory's been on the field 2 times in the second half here, and they scored on both possessions, and you're giving the football back to them in relatively pretty good field position right here, Ken.
They are.
Shields still in the football game, as they'll have Gillian in there as well. They'll have running the option to the left. Pretty good running room again. They're having a hard time controlling things on the line of scrimmage. The Toppers are. Houston is really having some trouble. Amory really asserting themselves on the offensive line here, and they're winning the line of scrimmage here in the second half. We have a score. I think we have Itawamba 9, Pontotoc 3. Did you get that score from Press Box? So we've been calling for it all night long. Bill, you need to keep your cell phone on. The people here at Amory's been wanting it. Actually, Shields, second down, 5 yards to go. We'll call signals from that point. We'll give the football again, keep the ball on the option. We'll look to pitch it. Cuts back, nice cut back by Shields. And Shields will find first down country as he'll cross down the 45 into the to Houston territory and down at the 42-yard line. We'll bring up a first down, 10 yards to go from that point. And Amory in firm control of the football game right now. Houston really needing a big break somehow if they want to get back in this football game. First down, 10 yards to go from the 41-yard line. Shields will have Gillian, who'll be the fullback. Also will be wide to the left out here will be Yo. And also will be, I think, they'll send a young man back in motion. Go back across the grain. Ball, that's got to be a holding penalty because that illegal receipt, maybe a legal lineman downfield right here because he threw the flag right at an offensive lineman from Amory. Let's just see if this may be an eligible receiver downfield. They called a chop block. Was that a chop block he called just then?
Amory backing up there.
It's some type of, it's either, I think it may be a chop block or something, some type of illegal block on the offensive lineman. He threw it right at the offensive line. I thought there was right 4 offensive linemen. It's an illegal chop block. It actually is what the call is.
It's a 15er.
15-yard penalty will back them back into their own territory at their own 43. Should make it a first down and 25. The Toppers get a little bit of a break, need to cash in. Shields will bring this football team to the line of scrimmage. Again, in the fullback position, we'll have Gillian. We'll have Metters who'll dot the I. We'll have Garth split wide to the left. We'll have actually Pack in the slot to the right. We'll call signals and we'll run the football off left tackle again. Actually, good fake, good play fake. And not making the tackle, you got to make that tackle right there on the sidelines, is Lyons, and actually getting that back into Houston territory on the last play of the third quarter as the receiver. I think that may have been actually the tight end, Pate. As he will get to Houston territory. It will be second down and 11 from the 44-yard line. We've played 3 complete. After 3 quarters, the Amory Panthers 21 and the Houston Hilltoppers 14. We'll be back after these messages from our local sponsors. And we're ready for the 4th and final quarter. 12 minutes is all that remains. Houston is trailing 21-14. As Amory will have the football second down and 11 at the Houston 43-yard line. Shields, who will be back in the football game, a young man that broke his arm early in the season, Crump, took over for him, will be the quarterback. We'll have, looks like Gilligan in the backfield, split wide to the right will be Yo, and also will be Patterson out here in the slot. Also wide to the left again will be Garth. Run the option, counter option to the left again. We'll give it to Gillian, and Gillian will be knocked down to the earth. Good play that time by Jerome Lyons. Jerome missed a tackle a couple minutes ago. He doesn't miss many. I said don't. Can you believe that? I'm sent by a guy with a BYU education up here. I'm just kidding there, Ken. But he said don't, but he doesn't miss many tackles. He missed one on the last play of the quarter. Sure-handed usually, made a good play that time. Third down, 8 yards to go, possession play. 39-yard line for Shields and his group. I'll have Garth will be wide to the left. Have Pack will be wide to the right again. We'll have Patterson in the slot to the right. Have Gillian will be a back on the right as they'll go upfield, throw it deep. Has a receiver wide open. I mean, absolutely wide open as Patterson absolutely either lost coverage or it was either a blown assignment somewhere, but still, nonetheless, that young man was wide open. Pack was, and either he spun him in the ground on the coverage or found a way to the coverage was either blown one, and nonetheless will now make the score 27-14 on the 39-yard completion between Shields and Pack. I think that was probably their second touchdown reception of the night, as I think that Garth had one and now Pack has the second with 11 and a half minutes to go before the end of the football game, and they now lead by a commanding 27-14 lead. The extra point pending. Kick is high enough, it's long enough, and it's good. With 11 minutes and 24 seconds left in the contest, the Amory Panthers have now raced with on the strength of 21 unanswered points to a 28-14 lead. We'll be back after these messages from our local sponsors. And we're ready for the kickoff. 11 and a half minutes left here in this contest. Brand will be deep along with, it looks like that is Patterson. No, actually, that's Tony Neal. Tony Neal who will be deep along with Harrell as they'll wait the kickoff from the kicker who will be Pruitt. Pruitt, a very good-looking kicker. He's only a freshman himself that really gets into the football well. As Houston has surrendered 21 points here in about 12 and a half minutes of football in the second half. And after leading 14-7, the Amory Panthers now lead 28 to 14. Brand trying to get upfield, will get up to the 20, looking for running room, will be knocked. Actually, does a good job of making a man miss, but to be knocked down somewhere around the 20-yard line. So that's where the Toppers will set up shop, first down and 10.
You know, Paul, Amory has accumulated twice as many offensive yards already than they did in the first half. They finished the half with 109 yards total offense. They have around 305, 310 now, so a big change of events there for them.
They've played awfully well here in the second half after being a little bit lethargic in this first half, quite frankly. You know, I go back to one play. Actually, I don't know if they were lethargic. I think there might be a possibility that with Amory, they just didn't have the hands on the football a lot. Houston did an awfully good job of controlling and possessing the football in the first half, but in the second half, things haven't gone as well as far as controlling the football. They'll give the football to Harrell. Harrell off right tackle, looking for running room. Will cross up to around the 35-yard line. Good job of running the football. Well, the Toppers lost one last week. They should have won. Maybe they'll win one tonight that they should lose, because they're going to do some things here in the last 11 minutes of this football game to get themselves back in that position. First down 10 yards to go after the 15-yard pickup by Harrell. That's where Houston will set up shop, first and 10 at that point. 10 minutes, 59 seconds to go here in the football game as Houston will split wide to the left. That will be Joseph Dendy. As Harrell will call signals. Toss sweep back to the right to Harrell. Harrell looking for running room. Harrell back up to around the 40-yard line. Pretty good job of running the football. Pick up of around 4 on the play as he'll pick up maybe yardage up to close to the 40-yard line. We had a score a couple minutes ago that Pontotoc was trailing Fulton 9-3. Not sure exactly how much time was left in that football game. Sometime in the third quarter. However, we have been informed that Amory has to win by, Pontotoc has to defeat Fulton by at least 4 points for it to affect the standings and for Amory to be in first place and Fulton to be in second. So a lot of ifs. Griffin running hard again. Griffin just carrying people as he'll cross back up to the 50 and around the 47-yard line. Griffin pretty close to 100 yards. Not sure exactly, Ken. I don't know what you have him with, but he's ran the football ran the ball well tonight. And we talked about this all season long. Houston is a much, much better football team tonight than they were back 3-4 weeks ago. They have played better and better all season long. And probably maybe one of the youngest football teams in this division.
I got Griffin unofficially at 96 yards.
So he's 4 yards short of the century mark. As they'll call out signals at the 47-yard line. Harrell will look and drop back upfield. Has his receiver Dendy open and can't catch the football. Young man not able to receive it. Knocked down. It falls harmlessly to the ground around the 38-yard line. Second down, 10 yards to go from that point. Nonetheless, I don't know exactly the totals. We talked about that earlier in the season. Houston, they have a few seniors in some key situations or key places, but for the most part, an underclassmen football team. Hartwig and of course Weaver, and of course Harrell, the quarterback. But other than that, probably one of the youngest football teams in this entire region. And they have a ton, and I mean an absolute ton of young people. So they're going to get nothing but better. Harrell off right tackle, big hole. 32-yard line, another first down on the little inside delay play as he'll get somewhere down close to the 32-yard line. We'll have another first down, Ken, as Harrell also has put up some pretty good numbers. Offensively, the Toppers have moved the football very, very well on what I think may be the most stingy or probably the stingiest defense they've played all year. You got to remember, this is a football team that defeated Columbus, who's a 5A school, 10-7. Columbus, a team that's ranked in the top 25 in the state of Mississippi. Also a team that played Tupelo pretty well for a long time. So pretty good football team they're playing against. Harrell off right corner, has running room, 35, 30, 20, knocked down at the 20-yard line. Good job of close to another first down carry. And I don't know, Ken, you may have some totals for Harrell. He's getting very, very close to that century mark, I'd say, as well. I may be off a little bit on him. But he's running the football very, very well. First down and 10, he moves the chains again. If Houston could find a way to get the football in the end zone right here, folks, this football game would be a long way from being over.
I've got Harrell with 59 yards. They held him in check earlier, but he's busted out very recently.
I had a little bit of a misnomer on his numbers. wasn't exactly sure, but I knew he had played awfully well here late in the football game. Again, Run the football again with Griffin. Griffin just running over people again as he crossed somewhere down around the 13-yard line. As Griffin, that should put him over 100 there, Ken.
It does.
Ken, I think he got 6 yards, probably, 102? Does that put him at 102 for the game now?
He's got 104.
104 yards on the night here for that young man with a 7-yard pickup then. Second down, 3 yards to go from the 15-yard line. Houston not going away, folks. They're kind of hanging around. They could put 7 on the scoreboard right here, make this a 28-21 ball game. This thing could go down the stretch and anything could still happen. Harrell will call signals from that point again. We'll give the football to Griffin. Griffin running hard again. Will be close to first down country as he'll be somewhere around the 10-yard line. That should be another first down if my calculations are correct. He's going to be awfully close. We'll have to wait from the indication from the official. I see the chain gang getting ready to move, and indeed it will be another first down and 10 for the Toppers as they'll be at their own at the Amory 10-yard line, again knocking on the door.
And that is first down number 18 on the night for Houston.
First down, 10 yards to go from the just outside the 10-yard line. Harrell will call signals from that point. We'll give the football here. It looks like having some running room will be Patterson, touchdown. Give him 6. With 7 minutes and 55 seconds to go here in the third quarter, in the football game. Big extra point pending here. The Toppers have found their way back into the end zone once again. R.J. Patterson from 10 yards away has made this or closed this to a 28-20 football game. Extra point pending. Guys, we've seen a heck of a football game tonight.
It really has been an exciting game, back and forth.
Back and forth again as McCarver will attempt the extra point out of the hold from Brand. Very important extra point. Snap is high, but it's down pretty good. The kick is high enough, long enough. It's true. With 7 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in the football game, Amory now leads 28-21. Houston will kick off after this break. We'll be back. Seven minutes, 55 seconds left to go here in the football game. Ken, if there was ever a time that the Toppers could use a defensive stop, it's now. Offensively, they've gotten themselves back in the football game with a nice drive there. Do you have the totals for us?
I don't, but I can check with you right quick.
We'll compile those maybe in a few minutes. Still, the Toppers will kick the football off to the Amory Panthers. Down 28-21. This is still anybody's football game. The Toppers have played awfully well here tonight at Longenecker Field. A kickoff from McCarver will sail high and will sail deep. It looks relatively short. He did fair catch the football. They're finally making the call. That the coaching staff here from Amory right across from us, they were really animate about the fair catch of the football. The young man did fair catch the football. That should be a 5-yard penalty as well. So Amory will set up shop somewhere around the 22-yard line is going to be my guess. 21 is where I see the official putting the football down. That's where they'll set up shop, first down and 10. And the Houston Hilltoppers need the football back.
They really do. That last drive was impressive. 78 yards, 9 plays, and took only 3:20 off the clock.
And R.J. Patterson getting in from 10 yards. 7:54 left in the ball game. Amory will set up shop. First down, 10 yards to go from their own 16-yard line. As I misjudged it somewhat, I thought that maybe they marked it off from the 21. As they'll split Garth wide to the right, R.J. Patterson will have coverage on him. As they'll have in the slot to the left, it looks like that'll be Pack, the young man that caught the touchdown a few minutes ago. As they'll have Shields still in the football game, and they'll send a young man in motion, give the football, keep it on the option, and not wrapping up, and he'll get up to the 23-yard line. As the Toppers had that played pretty well on the option, but still missed a couple of tackles. If they make the tackles, probably don't get a lot of yardage, but nonetheless, pick up about somewhere in the neighborhood of about 5 or 6, so a pretty good first down play from the Amory Panthers. Second down, we'll call it 3. They'll say he picked up 7, somewhere around the 23-yard line. The line to make is going to be just short of the 27. Shields, who the young man that's in the football game at quarterback right now, will have Gillian in the backfield. We'll call signals from that point. It looks like he also has in the slot Collins, or maybe that's Smetters. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll give the football. Big hit. Coming in with penetration. Not sure who that was. That really just came in there. I mean, just rung his bell. I think that may have been Jerome Lyons. And Jerome just made one heck of a play on the fullback. And we'll have a third down possession play. Big play here for the Houston Hilltopper defense, Ken.
Yeah, they stopped Gillian for no gain on that. Really smacked him right solid center. And as you said, big conversion here.
Wouldn't be a bit surprised if Houston did not see some type of quick toss here. I'm sure they're going to try to throw the football on the quick out. That's what they've been doing all night long. Maybe we can defend it, or maybe they can drop it or something. We need the football back right here. Again, there it is. Same pattern, same play. They did it exactly the same way we talked about. Somebody's got to make a tackle. Somebody's got to hang on, and they do. They get him down to somewhere around the 43. Ken, that's exactly the play call they call. They've been doing that all night long on the quick little out, and that time with a quick slant more than out. And Shields, you can tell he's really in control of this offense. I'm sure that's got to be a big boost from the Amory Panthers late in the season, getting that young man back, because we're getting close to playoff time. And I tell you what, with him on the football field, they look like they're a pretty good football team, maybe a little better football team than even with Crump. They have Crump now as a wide receiver split wide to the right, and we'll also have Garth actually have Crump in the slot. Garth will be wide to the right. They'll have Gillian as a fullback, and I think it's Collins who will dot the I. They'll give it on the belly series. Carrying the football will be Gillian, and he'll get up to around the 45-yard line. I tell you, Ken, the one thing I'm noticing that's starting to become a big thing is the clock. There's 5 minutes and 49 seconds to go in the contest. It looks like Houston still has all 3 timeouts available, but they've got to have a stop because time is really becoming precious here in this football game.
It's really incumbent upon them to show Amory they can stop them. They haven't stopped Amory the second half.
They'll send Yo wide to the left. Again, I think that's Patterson who will be in the slot. They'll have Pack will be wide to the right. Gillian will be the fullback. Shields will send Collins in motion. Will again roll up to the right, be under pressure, and will be knocked down somewhere around the 45. Pretty good play by the quarterback Shields, as Shields got the football back up to the 45. This is the play of the football game for the Houston Hilltopper defense. They have got to have a stop on third and long. Third down, 9 yards to go from somewhere around the 45-yard line if they want to have an opportunity to compete in this football game. Third down, 9 yards to go. Amory will have it at their own 45-yard line. Ken, again, what do you think they'll probably do? I bet they'll throw one of those quick outs or the slant because Shields has done that pretty much all night long. They'll have again as a fullback, that will be Cornelius Gillian again, throwing a quick out here again to the receiver. He's going to be short of the first down, but he's inside Houston territory, and we'll have a decision here, I'm sure, from Coach Bird and his staff. Will they go for it? I don't know. I wouldn't think they would, but I tell you what, if they could put one more first down on the Topper defense right here, I tell you what, it might be awfully difficult for the Toppers to get the football back. And Coach Bird and his staff, I believe, are going to ask for it, or to Houston. One of the two schools asked for a timeout, one way or the other. There's a timeout on the field, and we'll just hold it here for the few minutes. We don't want to miss anything because this is a very big play in the football game. 4th down, 2 yards to go from just inside the Houston 49-yard line. We want to thank our fine sponsors for helping us make this telecast to you tonight on TV7, TV34. We want to thank Union Planters Bank with 2 locations for your convenience. Griffin Motors, the 2002 models are on the lot at Griffin Motors. Piling Wholesale Furniture located on Highway 8 between Vardaman and Houston. Bancourt South on the square in Houston. Custom Auto Accessories in Houston, your automobile supply center. A&A Electrical Supply in Houston, Walter and Pat Archer. I want to thank you and ask you to come by, see them for all your needs you might have in that line that you might need. Quick Cash for all your cash needs. See Quick Cash, Rhonda and Vicky, Quick Cash in Houston. Bargain Warehouse, Robert and Benny Goza in Houston, Mississippi. Roland's True Value in Houston, home of the True Value paints. Grocer's Pride, Houston, locally owned and operated. Grocer's Pride in Houston. Farm Bureau Insurance, Rick Cuffman agent. Rick Cuffman, your agent for all your property and casualty needs, also life, health, accident, anything you might need. See Farm Bureau, Rick Cuffman, your agent in Houston. Adair Carpets on East President Street in Tupelo. And again, Grazzani Rebel Motors. They're going to go for it on 4th and 2, the play of the game. They may be trying to draw them off sides. Nobody needs to get antsy. They're trying to draw them off sides. That's what they're trying to do, and they'll call the timeout with 12 seconds to go on the play clock. Houston did a pretty good job of being disciplined and not making a move that time and getting across the line of scrimmage and getting the penalty called on them.
Yeah, they did do a good job there, and I think it was pretty smart for Amory to try that, because all they have to do now is punt it and say you got to drive all the way down the field, and if you do, you'll only tie, and we'll go OT probably.
Well, that's a good point, unless you go for 2.
Unless you go for two.
You never know. I mean, Coach Funk and his staff, they might roll the dice and go. You never know. I mean, I think the old saying is, if you get in that position, and we just found out that Fulton has defeated Pontotoc 9-3. That will all but secure the division or the region now for them. So Amory is playing for second place. This game right here basically tilts things in the balance. And Houston, they could finish second in this division if they could find a way to win this football game and then beat Pontotoc. But still, they're down by 8 points, have a long hill to climb. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go as they'll wait back the pass back from center, and he'll step into the football. And the ball will be actually, Brand needs to catch the football, does a good job. Brand fair catches the football at the 16-yard line. That's where the Toppers will set up shop. So it comes down to this. 4 minutes to go in the football game. Houston will have the football, first down and 10 yards to go from their own, we'll say from their own 17-yard line. Ken, they scored the last drive. They went, 78 yards and 320. They'll need to go 82 yards here in 4:10, or 4:08, so 4:03 actually. So actually they did it a couple minutes ago. The same type drive would be nice here. So they have plenty of time. They just have to make something happen offensively. The Amory crowd will come to life as Harrell will bring his football team to the line of scrimmage. We'll have Harrell dot the I as Griffin will be the fullback. Harrell will run the football off, tackle, and will cross up to around the 20-yard line as he'll get 2 on the play. Second down and about 8 as a pickup of 2 on the play that time for Harrell. As the clock now rolls under 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 45 seconds to be exact. As coming in the football game with the play for the Toppers, looks like will be Jason Walker, and checking out will be the tight end. That will be Bulls. Harrell will come out as the wingback position here on the left side. Griffin will be in the fullback position, cross butt action. They give the ball to Harrell. Harrell, big running room. 35-40, leaps over a guy at the 35-yard line and crosses to the 40. Antoine Harrell, what an awfully good sophomore. He's just really going to get better as well. He's got to be one of the best-looking 10th grade players you'll see in this area as he picks up about 20 yards on the play.
Giving him 81 on the
He
night.
has 81 yards rushing on the night. Of course, the Toppers have ran the football pretty well. I think that puts Harrell at 80 yards on the night, and it puts Griffin, I think, has over 100. Both guys have ran the football pretty well. R.J. Patterson has a touchdown run as well. Guys, this game's going down the wire. Harrell will call out signals, give the football to Griffin. Griffin will make a man miss in the backfield and will lose a couple. Will be knocked down somewhere around the 39-yard line. A loss of 1 on the play. Second down, we'll call it 11. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in this football game. Time is of the essence right now. The Toppers only have 2 timeouts left, so they will have to get the plays in and out of the huddle in a hurry. And more importantly, though, right now they need first downs to get the football down the field. And more importantly, they need 6 points and to get the football in the end. They actually need 8. 8's the magic number, but I'm sure they'd take 7 right now to send it to overtime. Griffin will be the fullback. They'll have R.J. Patterson, who will be the wing back. They'll give the football to Harrell. Harrell running hard. 45-40, not down as he gets almost to the first down country. Harrell will get up to around the 49-yard line. We tick closer to 2 minutes to go in this football game. Antoine Harrell really playing well as well here in this football game. I know Coach Funk and his staff upset about the tough loss last week against West Point. They'll be upset if they lose this one. They play it awfully well. I think they have a chance to win it. There's no question about that, but still, you can just see improvement from week to week from this football team. They're getting better, and there's no question they are going to be a force to be reckoned with, that they can get in the play. Well, they will. They win next week. They're in the playoffs. If I'm not mistaken, they'll be in as no worse than the number 4 seed. But still, nonetheless, this football team is doing nothing but just getting better and better and better. He's about a half a yard short of the first down. That actually helps Houston as they can have time to maybe think about what they want to run here. 3rd down and 1, short 1 from the 48-yard line, well, actually the 49-yard line.
To go along with what you said, anytime you can put 325 yards in total offense on Amory, you're doing pretty good.
Well, this football team from Amory has been a pretty good defensive football team all season. That's what they've been hanging their hat on. Houston probably has moved the football on probably as good or better than anybody all night long. 3rd down and 1, possession play. Harrell will call signals and will run and get the first down. Nice push from the offensive line as he will cross into Amory territory around the 48-yard line. We'll have a 1st down and 10 from that point. as the clock should stop as the officials move the chains. Houston needs to get back over the football and get ready to snap the play. A minute and 57 seconds is all that's left in this contest. 28-21 is your score. First down and 10 from the Toppers at the Amory 48-yard line. As the clock is wound now as we go under a minute and 50 seconds. Harrell will come over as center. Weaver at the 48-yard line will call signals at that point. Griffin will be the fullback. Have Patterson who will be the wingback. They'll run Patterson on the end around. Looking for yardage. Patterson, 45, needs a block. 40, gets out of bounds, and the clock should stop as he'll get around the 32-yard line. A minute and a half. A good play call that time from Coach Funk and his staff as they ran Patterson from the wingback position on a little bit of an end around. And they'll have a first down and 10 yards to go from the 32-yard line, as we may be calling, Ken, the game of the year on TV7, TV 34, because this has been a heck of a football game. The Toppers have played awfully well here tonight. 1 minute, 37 seconds to go in the contest. Harrell will have Griffin at the fullback. We'll give the football to Griffin off tackle. Griffin crossing the 30 down to the 27. And the Toppers may have to call a timeout. We'll have to wait and see. They're just going to keep the clock running. Second down, 5 yards to go for the first down. The line to make will be somewhere inside the 25. We'll call it the 24-yard line. A minute, 16 seconds to go here in the football game. Houston needs to get on the line of scrimmage in a hurry. Second down, 5. Harrell will bring his football team to the line of scrimmage. Have Griffin, who'll be the fullback. Again, we'll have Harrell in the slot. They'll give the football on the end around. Nowhere to go, as they'll be knocked down somewhere around the 28-yard line. And Houston may have to call a timeout right here. They will. Houston will ask for and receive a timeout with 56 seconds left to go here in the football game, trailing 28-21. But Ken, a couple of minutes, the first half ended with Houston deep in Amory territory and getting the touchdown before halftime. They're in deep in the Panther territory again. Second down and 4 from the 28-yard line here at the end of the football game. Quite contrasting styles. Of course, they need this one to tie. The other one put them up at halftime. So this would be a big time for another school.
Yeah, it's incumbent upon them to score, or they go home a loser. But they get a chance to go for the 2-point conversion or send it to overtime if they're able to.
The most important thing is getting in the end zone first. I tell you what, nonetheless, man, we have seen a very entertaining football game here tonight on the campus of Amory High School. The Panthers and the Toppers have not disappointed in a key Region 2 3A football game, as both teams' fans will come alive. This football game is in the balance right here. 56 seconds to go in the football game.
And win or lose, this is the best I've seen Houston.
No question. They've played awfully well. Coach Funk and his staff have had this football team ready to play here tonight, and they have really impressed me, and they really have played well. As they get a young man off the bench, I think that is, again, more. Again, they'll call signals, and they'll give the football to Griffin. Griffin looking for first down yardage, cuts it back. Will be very close, as he'll be down to around the 25 to the 24-yard line, Ken. I'm not sure. We'll just have to wait for the indication from the officials, as they say he's got the first down. 48 seconds to go. The clock will stop to reset the chains. Some of the Amory fans thought there was an illegal substitution then, and there very well may have been. But I think after a timeout, I think it's not something that's a big deal after it's a timeout. I think that's the ruling that my understanding in the past, if it's after a timeout, that maybe there's not as big a situation with somebody coming off the field. It's first down, 10 yards to go, 35 seconds to go in the football game. Amory, Houston will throw the fade pattern, has a receiver open in the end zone. Touchdown! He got the football in the end zone. Jeff Snow. And boy, this will be an interesting situation where the Toppers go for the 2-point conversion and go for the win and roll the dice, or will they kick the extra point and play for overtime? I tell you what, I may have to be the Mississippi Riverboat gambler here and try to take the win. When you're on the road, I think they're going to call a timeout and think about it. When you're on the road, the old adage is to play for overtime. To play for the win. If you're home, to play for the win. I say right here that maybe Coach Funk and his staff may roll the dice and may try to win the football game. What a heck of a football game we've seen, though. Great pass there on the left corner of the end zone as he got the football to Snow, and Snow made the reception. I tell you what, that thing was up for grabs. It was drawing rain. It was so high, and then Snow turned around at the last second and made the catch and got in the end zone for the touchdown.
It was really up in the air there, but it was just in the right place at the right time.
28-27, 28 seconds is all that remains in this football game. as we have seen one entertaining affair here tonight on the campus of Amory High School and a very key Region 2-3A football game. Tell you what, with Pontotoc winning with Houston Fulton beating Pontotoc, this really has major playoff implications, and it looks like the Panthers, the Toppers are going to go for the 2-point conversion, and they're trying to roll the dice, and they want to win this football game, Ken. Yeah. I tell you have to really admire Coach Spunk and his staff for doing this. Win, lose, or draw. I think this is the right call. When you're on the road, you play for the win, and that's what Coach Spunk and his staff are doing. They're going for the 2-point conversion. 2-point conversion attempt coming up here for Coach Spunk and his staff. Harrell will call signals from that point. Look and give the football to Harrell. Harrell trying to find the end zone. Harrell, he got it in the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good, and the Toppers take the lead. 29-28. What a great effort by Antoine Harrell. Harrell gets in the end zone. The Topper fans are absolutely going berserk across the way. I tell you what, they came here 2 years ago, and they left, and they made the Panthers losers, and they very well may do so again this year. 29-28 is the score with 28 seconds left to go in the football game. Bill Morgan, I don't know where you're at, buddy, but we have called the football game of the year tonight here on the campus of Amory High School at Longenecker Field. I tell you what, a great, great night for high school football, particularly for the Houston Hilltoppers. They have really, really played well. They have 28 seconds left to go in this football game. Still a long way to go. Amory has been known to win some wild football games here. It reminds me of 2 years ago, the Panthers came back and beat Shannon to get in the playoffs and really cost the Toppers from getting in. And quite frankly, they'd like to return the favor to them. They kind of got the screws put to them a couple years ago by not getting in. This would feel awfully nice to pull off a great big upset, and it would have to be an upset here on the campus tonight of Amory High School, Ken.
It really would. Like you said before, I challenge any of the crew to find a better game this year.
29-28, 28 seconds. This is where the Toppers got hurt last week. They returned a punt for a touchdown to win the football game. West Point did. Wouldn't be surprised if you don't see a squibber or something. Of course, a field goal is all Amory needs, and they have 2 timeouts left. So they will run. They will. His knee is down, so they'll have the football at the 45. They only have to go probably somewhere in the neighborhood.
What they did, a lot of the Amory folks are upset because they ran 7 seconds off the clock. It stood at 28 when they kicked it off. So that's what the screaming is about.
21 seconds is all that remains. Actually, I think they'll reset the clock. They'll probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of 26 seconds or so that'll probably be left in the game. They will put time back on the clock.
One of the stats I want to throw at you while I got a chance is kind of key. First of all, Houston has gained 22 first downs tonight, and they've racked up 377 yards.
377 yards of total offense. How many first downs, Ken?
22.
22 first downs. The Toppers have played awfully, awfully well, moving the football offensively here tonight. Man, I tell you what, they still have 2 timeouts. And I tell you, I remember this young man kicking the football. He hit a 41-yarder against Pontotoc the week that we were here 4 or 5 weeks ago. So you got to think that they can get the football somewhere in the neighborhood of the 25-yard line. He has an opportunity to kick the field goal to win the football game. So the Topper defense will have to step up and make a play defensively. The one thing that you do have going for you right now, though, is they cannot throw the football really in the field of play without using their timeouts up, because they've been throwing that pattern pretty much exclusively all night, as they'll again roll the guy to the right, gets pretty good. Oh, he drops the football. Oh, goodness gracious, he could have put this football game away. 24 seconds left in the football game as the ball was just absolutely dropped. Oh, you feel bad for that young man. I think that may have been Josh Moore that could have put this football game away right there, Ken, but unfortunately just dropped the football.
Yeah, it was right in his hands, and the excitement of the moment, it's hard to do when you're out there on the field.
24 seconds in this contest left. Second down, 10 yards to go to the 45-yard line. Downs and yards to make really not important, and I guess they are to an extent, but not surrendering big field position as they'll run the slant. Need to tackle him in bounds, and before he gets the first down, somebody needs to hang on for dear life as the clock just keeps running. He needs to go down. 16 seconds to go in the football game. They are now inside Houston territory at the 47-yard line. Second down, we'll call it somewhere in the neighborhood of around 3 yards to go for the first down. Ken, what do you have for us, or do you have anything?
I was just recording Gar's fourth reception. He's had a good night tonight.
He had a touchdown.
The first score of the night was a 9-yard pass to him.
We want to thank our sponsors for helping us make this action courtesy tonight on TV7, TV 34. Union Planters Bank with 2 locations for your convenience in Houston. Griffin Motors, the 2002 models are on the lots. Pilot Wholesale Furniture, Bancorp South. Custom Auto Accessories, A&A Electrical Supply, Quick Cash in Houston. Also Bargain Warehouse, Roland's True Value, Grocers Pride, Farm Bureau, Rick Huffman, your agent. Also Adair Carpets and Grisani Rebel Motors. The football game comes down to a couple of plays. Second down, 3 yards to play. 3 yards to go. One timeout left here for the for the Panthers. Again, Shields will look upfield, will throw the football. Pass will be incomplete. Pretty good coverage. 11 seconds left in the football game. 11 seconds left in the football game.
They've got to convert here because it's fourth down.
Fourth down. This is key right here. Fourth down and 3. I'll have to pick up 3 yards to keep possession of the football. I tell you what, a tough decision to make for Coach Bird and his staff. They have to have the first down, but they may have to burn their last time out to get it here if they keep the football in play. Big play here for the Hilltopper defense. Fourth down, 10 yards to go from the 45-yard line. As the Toppers will back a lot of people deep. They're going to concede anything up short. They're not going to play. They're not going to let anything deep. They're going to throw it here on the side. Pass is deflected at them, and the ball game should be over. And the Toppers are going to walk away with a 29-28 hard-fought win here on the campus of Longenecker. I can't even talk, Ken. On the campus of Amory High School, they're going to walk away. This is going to be 2 times in a row that the Toppers have came to Amory and have walked away with a big win. Ken, what do you have for us? 377 yards total offense, but the Toppers get the job done defensively when they had to have it. Who was the young man that knocked the football down there on the line of scrimmage?
I didn't catch him. Big old lineman. But congrats go out to Griffin for a 119-yard night. Good night all around for the Houston Ball Club.
And the Toppers will walk away with the win here as the clock ticks down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the Toppers win, and the fans go absolutely ballistic on the sidelines. Can you get a picture of the players? Man, you have to go. Your heart goes out to those kids. What a great effort after a tough loss last week. Finding a way to win this football game tonight, it's just unbelievable. They lost last week on a punt return, Ken. I know you weren't there. 21-14 and a heartbreaker, but tonight, I tell you what, this one feels that much sweeter because this one counts a lot more because it's a regional win. And I tell you what, that puts the Toppers in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. It has to. I think they'll have to win next week, but, hey, they don't only have a chance to go to the playoffs. They have a chance to be the number 2 team from the region.
And one thing they did, they came back from a 14-point deficit to a quality ball club, put up a lot of offensive numbers, and
keep talking. I'm gonna go down and get the coaches because you're gonna have to. We don't have any power, correct? We'll go down to the dressing room and do the interviews. I promise you they'll let us in tonight, guys. I'm gonna go on down. You guys wrap it up and bring our equipment. I'll be down there getting the players.
Okay, once again, Griffin goes over 100 yards. A good game all the way around as Houston racks up 22 first downs, gained 377 yards of total offense, and ran 63 total plays. And player of the game, do you have any idea? I wouldn't. I'm not going to venture right now for that because it's too short notice. We haven't really gotten together. We're going to cut things off here and go to the locker room for some interviews. Your final score from high above the press box at Longenecker Field. Final, Houston 29, Amory 28.